Yeah, you thought it was gonna start at whatever time I set it to. Foolish of you. How foolish of you. What's up, guys? Call me lad. What's up? How's it hanging, part-time streamer? The old part-time life treating me well. What's up? It's been a while. How's everybody been? What do we have? Oh, Benny Gurkman's in the house. It's very funny that he's here because I was just watching his. Oh, you can't see it, can you? Hold on. Can we? Wait, we could do this, right? And then just make it smaller. Yeah, hold up. All right, now where? You fucking cunt. Just do what I say, please. OBS is the worst. Okay, we're going to fit you to screen, and then we're going to say, no, we don't want to fix. How about here? And then, what do we just stick this right here-ish? Boom. That's the wrong thing. You fool. Why would you choose to capture that display? This one, please. Thank you. I was just watching Benny's channel, Circle Cross Squared, where he talks about gaming news, and then sometimes I'm there. But, you know, sometimes I'm not. Which a lot of people have said is, you know, the worst aspect of his channel. What's up? All right, so, what's been going on? I lost a lot of weight. I lost like 30 pounds since the last time you guys saw me. This guy fucking sucks at streaming. I'm giving you a shout. You son of a bitch. I fucked up. I have no drink next to me. Famous internet gaming news show Cross Circle Squared. Circle Squared Cross, right? It's been a long time since I've had an orgasm to your majestic voice. I'm here to change that. We're here to make that better. I would like to close you, please. Yeah, I set this scene up right here in OBS so that I could film for the last two videos because there were parts where I needed to film myself with like Wiimotes and with a controller. And then I was like, well, this would make a good streaming thing, right? Angel Dust knows what's up. See, he gets it. He fucking understands. It's all about the Circle Cross Squared. It's whatever the fucking Jesus. Wait, is that really not its name? Don't lie to me. Cross Circle Squared. First off, we're not Japanese. It's an X. So that's number one. Oh, Twink Jared. I'll take that. Okay. Everything is forgiven, Benny. Why do you look thinner? Yeah, I lost like 34 pounds. 34 pounds. What was I doing? I was doing intermittent fasting for a while. And, you know, honestly, it just sort of reset my appetite to where I only eat twice a day now. And I don't crave a lot. Well, you know, the problem, I snacked so much back in the day 4 months ago. But I would be sitting here and editing a video, and I mean, it's a bad example because I'm still doing it, but I have these, so if you don't live in Japan, there's this, brand Country Ma'am, but this is like an offshoot called, Morning Ma'am, which I don't know the difference between the two, but it's strawberry cookies, Ichigo flavored. But usually I would have like 10 of those at my desk, and I would just be chowing down and drinking a lot of sodas and stuff. And I don't do that as much anymore. And I found that after I did some intermittent fasting and I only ate for about 7 hours throughout the day, it forced me to not eat a lot because I would eat like a big meal at the start of the 7 hours. And then you'd be so full for the last minute, you wouldn't want to eat anything in between. And I sort of got myself on a schedule. You know what the crazy thing is? I only did the intermittent fasting for like maybe a month and a half, 2 months. And I've just been eating what I feel like eating. And it's working. So it's either that or I have cancer. So that's dope. Yeah, I was just talking about that. But also, to be fair, though, it is an unfair comparison because I did shave my beard. So if you look at you can see my neck, which is not common for me. Usually this is usually invisible. But I had to shave it because I'm getting my neck tattooed, I think at the end of the week. And I'm trying to get it like down far enough so I could still have a beard and people could tell I have a neck tattoo. Become my personal trainer. Yeah, man, it sounds like such a dickhead fucking thing to say, but honestly, you just work out like 4 times a week. If you don't want to gain muscle, just do cardio 4 times a week and intermittent fast where you're only eating for 7 hours and try to get your appetite on a routine. And then after that, it's just easy. If you're used to going to the gym, you're just going to have a routine anyways. Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City won't let me alt tab out of it a certain number of times. So we're going to have to see. Hold on. Let's see if we can make it work while we're here. Oh, yeah, I trimmed it. Yeah, I didn't shave. Well, to be fair, my beard was down to here. So I did shave it also. But it's essentially the same thing. Okay, so we are working. We're doing it. So real quick, I'm going to alt tab out of it and hopefully that works. Now, you know what I could do? Hold on. We could just change it over here. Let's make sure this works. I was messing around with my Stream Deck. Are we in? Or we go? Oh no, the chat's fucked up. Hold on. Let's see if that's one of the times it'll allow me to alt tab out. Here we go. You know, I'm glad I streamed. I was in a bad mood before, but now I'm not because you guys are around. I emotionally count on all of you. And if you're ever gone. I've been burning almost double the calories I consume regularly, and I'm blown away I'm not losing faster than I am. Yeah, it's weird. So here's the thing. What are you doing? Because if you're working out, for sure, you'll start gaining weight from muscle, even though you're losing fat. Disaster stream, is it? Did it? I mean, it's working, right? It's kind of going. We got sound. You guys let me know if the music is. Do we need it higher? Or because I can do it here because I'm the best. Somebody asked, yeah, the NVIDIA intro. NVIDIA is the best. Did you guys hear the Resident Evil? Do we need it louder? Yeah, somebody asked what version I'm playing. Obviously, PC version. It has the Games for Windows Live Fix patch applied, so we can just play it without having to worry about that nonsense. Oh, it's just from your job. See, that's the thing, Angel. I have found, and I think that this could be corroborated through scientific study as well. I have found that if it's the kind of, if it's a repetitive action that your body's used to doing, you don't lose weight from it. You have to that's why when you're training to build muscle, you have to use progressive overload, because if you train to the same exact point every single day, your muscles will no longer grow. They'll just maintain their size. I think the same thing applies to fat loss, because my mom, who, tries to lose weight because she's just getting a little chubbier around her stomach and she doesn't like it. Normally she's, pretty thin, but she walks all day. She's a general manager for a movie theater. So she's just walking nonstop. She doesn't have a lot of employees. She's walking from theater to theater, and she's burning tons of calories a day, I would assume, but it's an activity her body is so used to that it no longer shocks it into fat loss, I guess. Very weird. Oh shit, Rewind Mike, what's up, dude? How you doing? We're over here talking about fitness, and here's the man. PC specs. What do we got? A Ryzen 70. What is this? 7800 X3D. I believe that's it. It's the model before the the 64 core Epic series. What is that? 7900, I think. 7900 X3D with a ROG 4090 and I forget how much RAM I have, but it's DDR6, and I see no speed difference at all, so it doesn't matter. Gobbins and that. We have an entire crew get together right now, man. Gobbins is here. Fuck yeah. Lots of physical work involved. Yeah, it's the same reason. And this is how I source this, because back when I used to work construction, I used to lay cement. And I went from I went from laying cement to installing home theater stuff. And I lost weight from installing home theater stuff and not doing cement. And the reason why is I was doing cement for a long time. It's the same thing over and over again. And installing home theater stuff, like, it was a different sort of thing and my body wasn't used to it. Ryzen. Yeah, it's either the 7800 or the 7900. I forget which one. Do I need to? I'm not going to look it up. I don't give a shit. We're playing it. Damn, 4090, my guy doesn't fuck around. Yeah. So I bought it because I'm like, you're investing in your business, essentially. DDR6 is crazy, Jared. Who'd you contact at Microsoft to get that in development standard? DDR6 isn't in development. Oh, fuck off. No way. Hold on. Am I crazy? Oh, gradually replace DDR5 over the next few years. No, you're right. Fuck, I'm an idiot. It's DDR5 then. Okay, that explains why I see no fucking speed difference at all. There we go. 4100 Ti ROG Extreme Gamers. I doubt that claim. The old 4100 series, huh? Yeah, somebody said it was good though, the 4090. My experience with the 4090, and this is my fucking fault because I didn't return it, the coil whine is so bad I can't stand it. I am very well known to sacrifice speed for silence. So it's not uncommon for me to like run my, because I have a 360 mil rad inside my case, and I just have Noctua fans turned down, I mean low as shit on it. So I'll idle on my desktop at like 48 degrees Celsius, but that's okay with me because I'm usually upgrading my stuff at least every 2.5, 3 years, something like that. I'll probably get a new processor just so I can continue to edit video, and do things at somewhat of a efficient level. So I don't really mind the longevity issue of running hardware too hot. Let's do submachine gun. But the problem is, because my PC is so silent, the coil whine on the 4090, if I'm sitting on a menu, I mean, you guys could probably hear it if I put my mic up to it. It's fucking awful. Matilda sucks. Lightning how it rolls. Yeah, so and it's my fault that I didn't return it because I was in the middle of editing a project, and that's not funny. I used to have an FX fucking processor. Don't make fun. What did I have? Oh, you know what I used to have? One of the Phenoms, the AMD Phenoms. Fuck, I forget what model it was. It was honestly pretty decent. And I had, to date myself terribly, I had an 8800 Ultra from NVIDIA, which is fucking terrible. One of like the least efficient cards ever made. So much resources inside of it, none of it accessible. It was incredible. I got a Gigabyte 4090, no coil whine. What brand is yours? It's literally an ROG Strix 4090. And I've, from what I saw, it's one of the more silent, like cooler designs. I just had a bad batch, I think, and the coil whine is disgusting because I don't see a lot of people with the same issue. By the way, you guys let me know if the audio is fucked up or something. Yeah, but the coil whine's not supposed to be this bad, and what I should have done is returned it. But what I thought was, yeah, exactly, cap my frames and the coil whine goes down, and that is true, but it sucks because I really, really like gaming at 144 hertz. But I usually have headphones on anyway, so it doesn't bother me. But I'm an idiot because what I should have done is returned it. Let's like turn this all the way down. But I was in the middle of working on a project, and I thought to myself, like, maybe I can burn it in, because that is the thing with coil wine. You can kind of burn coil wine in and get rid of it to a degree. But mine is so loud and it never went away, and I just essentially passed my return period. And honestly, at this point, I don't care enough. I'm going to probably throw this in my wife's home theater PC upstairs. And what about capping your fan speed? Even, I mean, if I cap the card's fan speed, the coil wine comes from the electrical engineering inside of it. It's not like a fan coil. You're literally hearing like electricity travel through the card. It's like a high pitch, like ee kind of noise, but it's physically coming from the PC. Unironically, if you say so. No, I'm truly, this is a fucking, I'm not joking. I love this game. Yeah, so, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's, you know, the 4090 is awesome for performance. I still get upset that there are games that I have to use dynamic resolution scaling on. That seems like I shouldn't have to if I spent money on a 4090. But that's just literally, I mean, that's the way it is nowadays. Developers are developing for consoles, and then we hit a ceiling where there's a, you know, diminished returns. I'm just trying to get my mouse so that it's not awful. We just need to find the sweet spot somewhere. Did you do home theater installations in Japan? Do they have space? No. This is when I lived in South Florida. A lot more millionaires that you have access to in South Florida when you don't speak business level Japanese here. No, I just do YouTube here, and then my wife goes to college, and I bum off of her visa, essentially. Yeah, exactly, Mike. It's solid for what it is. Definitely not a Resident Evil game, but I mean, you could say that about like RE5 or really anything else, and they're still fun games. This game was amazing. See, I'm telling you, like, there is a hidden fan base for this game, and I'm trying to expose them all because they're correct. And they're all my friends, and they're all attractive, and they all have great haircuts. Pity it's not on the PSN store. Yeah, I just bought a 360 running custom firmware, and I'm running the 360 with 720p output through the RetroTink 4K, and I started this up just to see. It's kind of beautiful. Too bad it runs at like 23 frames per second. It's very nice, though. Yo, what's up, King Grogu? How you doing, man? You have this game, too? You're never dead, but... I beat Nevins? What does that mean? We do kill him dead. You're absolutely right. That's what we do around here. I'm trying to figure out how... Because I have to use the Games for Windows Live fix to get this to run, right? But... I don't know if that will allow me to still play with other players, like multiplayer. So I'm not 100% sure how I could do that. But that'd be really fun to get like a stream of like a bunch of people playing. These grenades are so fucking worthless. A stream of a bunch of people playing Operation Raccoon City. By the way, I haven't slept for about 24 hours, and I tried to lay down and I couldn't sleep, and I thought I might as well stream because I miss doing this. It's fun as fuck. And I was in a bad mood because I was going like 24 hours without sleep. But I feel better now because I'm playing a dope game. People are hanging out. We're having fun. Dead Aim? Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I also enjoy the hell out of Dead Aim. I have even less of a reason because that game's honestly not... I mean, it is. It's fun. But it's... you know what I'm saying. Benny said, I'd just like it to be known that I subscribed to the highest tier on YouTube multiple times and never received a shirt. This guy is a fraud. Wait, really? Dude, I can get you a shirt for sure, man. I just thought you didn't want one on account of the fact that you hate me so much. Hey, really and truly, though, if you want one, You know, honestly, what I was thinking, I want to do like a genuine merch run, like not like from Teespring or something like that, like the honest to God merch run. And I promise you, Benny, you will receive one of those. I swear to you. Or you won't. I might be lying. Yes, okay, we have a lot of dead aim love in the chat right now, and I'm enjoying it very much. This is the way of things. This is how shit should go. Okay, so I forget what my heal is. It's one of these motherfuckers. Okay, that switches that. I think it's like 3. Yeah, alright. I can't be beat. How are you and the wife liking living in Japan? It is honestly incredible. And I try not to talk about it in the way that I feel like talking about it, because it feels like I'm being very braggadocious. Like, yeah, it's fucking, my life's amazing. But it's like, it kind of is. It's incredible living here. And I enjoy it very much. The only thing, if I had to give it a negative rating, is I would like very much to be able to skateboard in my neighborhood, and I can't because it's so quiet and peaceful and people are so nice that I don't want to bother them. That's the negatives of living in a really nice Japan. And a really nice Japan. The language is working so well for me right now. You guys understand fully what I'm saying, I'm sure. Fucking headshot. Yeah, but I'm not going to be able to speak very much, and I expect nobody to ask me any questions that would be hard to answer or get me in trouble on the internet. Please. This is when everybody makes their big mistake that gets them canceled. Get a grimy Avalanche review shirt in the style of a band shirt. Yeah, that's the idea, exactly. Just something, it doesn't have to look like YouTuber merch. I want it to, you know what I mean? I sort of want to get a few different bands, like the band shirts as an inspiration. Like if you get into like classic rock, you know, like a Pink Floyd shirt. If you get into like black metal, I'll have like just a full black and white print with like a black metal ass logo that says it's Avalanche Reviews and like corpse paint on like a zombie face or something. But you know, or some kind of like, I would love to do like a take on an old TLC shirt. Dude, yes. Max Payne 3 multiplayer. It's funny you say that because Rewind Mike and Gobbins are in chat, and those are the last two people that I played Max Payne 3 multiplayer with. And I would love to do that. Are the servers still up? Do I get that heal? No, I don't, of course. A gamer word stream. Exactly, see? Nobody asked me to say that. I'll do it. It's been 24 hours enough without sleep. Motherfuckers start making mistakes around that point. Well, where? Okay, I was about to say. I remember always picking Vector, Four Eyes, Beltway, Lupo as my team when playing. It's... How do you not pick Vector? He's so fucking cool. I can't see his face right now, but he's got blue eyes and a gat. I mean, come on. Dude, we all got our shit rocked. Me, Mike, and Gobbins were playing in like just a server full of people who never stopped playing Max Payne 3, and they were all godlike experts, and we were running through like idiots. It was so fucking fun. I remember that day so vividly. Server's still up, still playable online as long as you applied for a game Windows Live patch. That fucking rules, actually. So maybe I can still do online with this as well then, if that's the case. We get a lot of people in chat right now that are really wanting that. I can see why you guys would want a Max Payne 3. That one match type where like one person gets slow-mo is so fucking dope.
That wasn't us. We're using authorized access.
Yeah, that's another point also. BioDevil. By the way, what's up, dude? How you doing? Yeah, him being trained by Hunk is a big part of the appeal. And then, like, he can go invisible. His voice is like Hunks. He's like, "I'll go first." It's like, dude, that's sick. Your Vector's eyes were red? Really? No, I think there's actually the thumbnail that I used for this video. His eyes are red in that, but that's the only way I remember it. Fisher Pear, just want to see that handsome face more. I think some of the footage made it into the Max Payne 3. Yeah. It definitely did. I remember that we even put some audio in there. We were having a good ass fight. That was a good fucking time. You know, I have this weird, not antisocial, but kind of social anxiety thing where I don't like playing video games online with people, and I can't tell you why. It's not that I don't like it, because I always end up having fun. Like when me and the Residents of Evil guys play Outbreak, always fun. Like I never have any issues. It's never a problem. We always have a good time. But it's that getting myself to do it, to actually just like fucking start up an online game. It's ridiculous how dumb I am, where I just can't do that. But it's like a weird anxiety thing. I don't know how to explain it. It's very strange. Anyways, these intro cutscenes, I believe, render out at 30 frames per second, which is really weird. Hold on, let's see within the NVIDIA thing. It says 60 FPS. It says output is 60 FPS. Oh, no, it's going down to 30. Yeah, it's 60. But these are obviously not animating at 60. So I think there's something up with these intro cutscenes, because the ones that come after that isn't the case. Jared, are you ever going to get an Outbreak multiplayer run going? Actually, I'm talking to a buddy of mine that lives here in Japan, and he's got your favorite son. And who else does he have? Evan's in there too, yeah. Fuck off. But it is in the works. I was just literally DMing him on... This is your fault, whoever asked me that. How dare you? Currently watching your stream while in class. Getting a first-rate education, I can assure you.
Guard this door. Do not let anyone approach. You, come with me.
Benny, that would be cool to set that up. That'd be so fucking sick. If we can make it... Well, actually, with my sleep schedule, our time zones probably link up pretty good. Little Max Payne 3 Discord fucking multiplayer. I could see that working really fun.
Sorry, but I won't just hand over my life's work.
Oh, I know. I think I know why I can't join. This is like the tutorial area. No, you can play this multiplayer too. I just don't think I don't know if I'm online. Like, I'm using the Games for Windows Live patch, the fix, and I don't know that allows me to continue to play multiplayer. Some people are saying it about Max Payne 3. I don't know if that's the case. I'm not calling you all liars, but I don't trust any of you. Everybody knows how fucking gullible I am, and I am taken advantage of often. Now that I'm on PC, I can heckle Jared properly. What's your take on current geopolitical situation of Outer Heaven? Here's the thing about Outer Heaven, guys. They're fucking lying to you. They actually do have frontiers. Or is it military sans? Is it just frontiers? Justice for Zanzibar. I'm gonna take the unpopular anti Zanzibar land position in the current ongoing conflict. Looks fun. Is the game available on Steam or only on disc? So here's the thing. I don't know if you can still purchase it on Steam, but it's one of those games that used that dumbass early 2000s or like 2010s Games for Windows Live system. And then when Microsoft stopped supporting that, the game stopped being supported. So there is a chance you may not be able to purchase it on Steam. Maybe. But I will say that I've honestly had nothing but good results from key reselling sites. I've never had an issue with one of those. So if that is an option for you, I would say go for it. And then the Games for Windows Live patch, if you go to the PC Gaming Wiki, anytime you play an old PC game, PC Gaming Wiki is where you want to go. But you can find the Games for Windows Live patch. You drop the .dll, I think it's .dll, into the install folder. That's it, you're done. I'm not going to lie, I actually agree with Solidus and MGS too. I think time has proven him correct is why. Oh, it was deleted from Steam. Interesting. Okay, so I can play my copy I bought back then, but that's it. Wow. Jared's a Russian plant, literally. The Kremlin financially backs me, which is why I don't do as well financially as other YouTubers. See, I know they're going to come from right here. And as soon as I cross that... Okay, there we go. Honestly, this game is mad fun with friends. You know, I don't know I've ever even played it multiplayer. I love it single player. No joke. It's so fun. And I imagine, yeah, with friends, it'd be... You know what? I think I did play it with friends once. I don't remember. Jared voted for Senator. I am Senator Armstrong. My arms are strong as fuck. They do fight for a nation. Big Boss was lying. See, I'm telling you guys, I'm not buying into the Big Boss propaganda.
Let's move. Cover me.
He's been lying to us the entire time. Okay, could you guys... Could we... Spectre? 4 eyes, thank you. I appreciate it. Woke American spy, Big Boss infiltrates true American patriot nuclear base, spreads DEI dog. That was really fucking good to have just come straight off the dome, Benny. You've been thinking about that. Oh shit, fuck off. Okay, I'm good. Every few streams ask if we'll get MGS retrospective. You know, the answer used to be like for sure no, because that's a lot of games to play through. But maybe, I mean, never say never, honestly, because I've been kind of in a bit of an MGS mood. A buddy of mine is covering, I mean, you guys know your favorite son, I assume. But he's covering the Metal Gear games, and it's kind of putting me back in the mood for it. Yeah, I think the game outputs 60 frames per second, but these cutscenes have to be 30. Like maybe they were, but they're not. They're in engine, so I don't know why that's the case, or maybe they're not in engine. I don't know. Very weird. Wait, why is my mouse not letting me? Oh, I just have to shoot him. Okay, that's why. Just wouldn't let me turn around. I suck my fucking ass then. If I fall down again, I'm cool. That's it. Stream's over. So I can't run. I was just telling people that I like you, game. Where's my Blue Stinger review? That's a very... How you doing, Grabassy? What's up, man? I do have the Japanese version, and I believe there's a fan translation for it or something. That's like the best way to play it. With quasi-fixed camera angles. You think I need you to tell me that? Yes, is the answer to that question. So you know what me and Josine started doing recently? Rewatching Aqua Teen Hunger Force. And in case you guys were worried that it like had lost its comedy, let me put those fucking worries straight to bed. It is not. It is fucking hilarious still. A poor comparison would be really interesting, especially with like the Metal Gear Solid 1 really shitty PC port that was recently made less than shitified. That would be really, really fun, honestly. And then you have the MGS2 versions, which you got Xbox. Was there a PC version of 2? I forget. We're in. It's so good. It's like Aqua Teen is still so fucking funny, and honestly, Shake makes the entire show. He's so fucking good. Do I want that though? Submachine gun has so little kick. Capcom made us wait for the original trilogy, huh? I hope that if people buy the GOG ports, it motivates Capcom to release a proper remaster. You know, I wouldn't doubt it. I should talk to my guy at GOG and see if it's selling well. I mean, I would assume that it's doing pretty good. Because a lot of people in the scene were mega... Oh shit, that Cerberus fucked them up. That's so sick. Was that scripted? See, I'm telling you, this game is so fucking good. Oh yeah, that's right, the MGS3 PC port. Fuck, man. There's a lot of untapped potential there, and really and truly, I would just be really interested in playing Metal Gear Acid again. Honestly, that's a majority of why I would want to do it. The GOG release of RE Trilogy were made with what remains of MediaKite and SourceNext employees who were more than willing to help out. I think, and you know, and I made a video that I wouldn't say is negative, but I was like really honest about what you were going to get out of the GOG release. And the fact that you can apply the classic rebirth.dll so easily definitely makes things a lot more positive. But I think the GOG trilogy is dope. I mean, I haven't seen the other two yet, so I couldn't tell you if the other two are going to be up to a similar level of quality, but it's a really good way to kind of show Capcom that people will still financially support the series. Retards like me who have played the fucking game 10 trillion times and will continue to. The mobile MGS game? See, that's the problem. Once you go down the mobile rabbit hole and then you start emulating Java shit, and then you have like, I don't know, man. I've kind of sworn off mobile stuff for that reason alone. Like, I really wanted to play the Dead Space Android and iPhone game, and I couldn't get an Android emulator that worked with an NVIDIA chipset really well. Or maybe it was Ryzen that gave it problems, like AMD. I forget. But I could not find an Android, not emulator, but environment that worked properly. It was wild. Okay, so can I fucking... Please, thank you. Thought the dog was a tiny person. I mean, what is a dog if not a tiny person when you really think about it? It's a tie between SH2 and SH4 for me. Interesting. I don't understand the SH4 love, to be totally honest with you. There are aspects of it that I do enjoy, but I think the second half of the game genuinely kills the entire experience. Although, to be fair, I shouldn't say anything because me and Benny need to talk about that game pretty soon on his podcast. Which I think the tentative title is the Avalanche Reviews Podcast. Is that right, Benny? That's pretty it. Yeah, the iOS Dead Space looked really fun, but I was like, it was odd. Like I was dropping butt tons of frames for no reason, and I guess it was just my chipset specifically that was having issues with the Android. Every single Android environment that I could find, this was the issue. Please. Okay. I guess like shit just doesn't blow up when you shoot it. This is a fucking video game. Am I insane? Okay, I get bonked several times because my teammates are... I hate you. Somebody jump into this game real quick. SH4 is great and underrated. So here's the thing. No, I was going to do it. You almost tricked me into getting into it. I have to talk with Benny on his podcast about I can't give away any of the sweet details. It needs to be workshopped a bit. The tentative. We're getting there. We've got a few social media marketing companies that are interested in purchasing the property. You know how it goes, guys. Is this the only one I ever played? Ever or never? Because it'd be wild if the only Resident Evil game a person ever played was Operation Raccoon City. I'd be interested in hearing about the wild life that you lived to get up to that point. Jared, can't top a podcast that doesn't feature me, Hollywood superstar Phil. That is a fact. Talking about old-ass 80s fucking horror movies that I wildly got into for some reason. I found love for SH4 during my recent playthrough of it. Only part of the game I didn't like was the water prison. Water prison is definitely... By the way, what's up, Matic Epitome? How you doing? It certainly is one of the least... Fuck, I did it. I'm an idiot. It was the one of the more tedious parts of the game, for sure. There's no doubt about that. I didn't find it as difficult as a lot of people seem to. It's just one of those, like... Zelda water temple type of deals where it's like, yes, this is annoying, but not necessarily like terrible or anything. I have to go back and rescue them or else I can't proceed. Hey, fucking barrel ass. Am I shooting rubber bullets? What the fuck is happening? Why is nothing exploding when I shoot it? Yeah, annoying to navigate for sure. Absolutely. All of you can stay down for all I care. Truly. What? I'm being attacked by invisible explosions. My friend called me a liar when I told him about RE4 and I... In his defense, it sounds like a lie. We made it. All of us made it. Definitely nobody was knocked unconscious. Real barrel do not explode. That's a common misconception. It's not survival horror, though, like at all. This game? No. Wait, are we talking about SH4? For both, yes. You're correct. I don't even need to clarify. I'm an idiot. I just grabbed a copy of this from Web Archive. I've been binging Resident Evil retrospectives for the 100th time. Cheers, fellas. Hell yeah, thank you, dude. Really and truly, though, like this is... I can be a contrarian. I can admit that. This is genuinely a really fun game. It is honestly so fucking fun. Okay. I think this is one of the DLC guns, so I'm kind of cheating, but that's to be expected. Four Eyes Spectre. Can we get rid of Spectre and... We already had Loop Beltway. There we go. You know what? I was fucking around with shotguns a while back, and they are incredibly fun. Alright, what are our stats here? Rate of fire is up. Damage is good across both. Better blood frenzy. Range a little better. Accuracy a little worse. That's going to burn through ammo. No, you know what? Let's... Yes, I am. Josine's awake. Let's go shotgun. Perforator. That's what they used to call me. I didn't... Not that. Not that button. This one. I'm so fucking tired. I truly... So fucking tired. You absolutely are a contrarian. I swear to God, I don't mean to be. I promise it's not on purpose. It's not an act, I swear. When my friends and I would play this game, they would get drunk and we'd play through the whole thing. I mean, every time I sit down to play it, I end up playing the entire, but I don't play Spec Ops as often. I super forgot that RE4 came out about a year ago and not like a couple of months. It does seem like time has passed pretty quickly since then. You know, honestly, that's another one of those modern Resident Evil games that I really enjoyed my first and second time through. But I'm not super interested in playing it again. It's not that it was bad. I didn't necessarily hate any part of it. It was just sort of an action game. You know what I mean? That's a really good name for Josine Joy-Con. I like that. Jared, did you see how bad the new James Sunderland looks? I'm gonna be completely honest. I like the look of him. I see what everybody's saying about his face portraying a lot of inner sadness that is not supposed to be super evident until certain parts of the game. Because he is sort of supposed to be kind of dead into the world in a lot of ways. I'm 100% sympathetic to people wanting to keep things, accurate. I 100% get that. I'm always the one arguing for it. That being said, I find him aesthetically to look pretty cool. I like his jawline looks good, his stubble. Like, I find him to be a pretty believable looking sad guy, I guess. Not a tough guy or anything. He kind of just looks like an average dude. I don't know. If we're talking about like just appearance wise, he doesn't kill me. I'm the only one still excited for Silent Hill Remake 2. Here's the thing. I think it's probably going to be a good horror game. I feel like I would have loved to have seen Bloober Team get a similar amount of budget, which they didn't get much, by the way. The Metal Gear Solid 3 remake shows how small of a budget how small of a budget Silent Hill 2 remake had, or how bad Bloober Team is at managing resources. Because MGS3 looks much better, and it is essentially a remaster happening on top of the original. It's weird how, like, every few months, the entire internet is like, fuck you, Jared. Inaccurate remakes are the best. I want a different thing altogether. And then something comes out and they're like, fuck that. Hell no. Accuracy. You need total accuracy. And it's like, I can't put a video out because in 6 weeks it becomes the opposite opinion, even though it's something everybody agreed with completely when I put it out. You have no idea how frustrating it is being on the fucking internet and watching people's opinions ebb and flow in and out of my fucking realm. The same exact motherfuckers every single time. All right, we're perforating now, boys. It's perforation time. Is there an explosive? You were right about the barrel. Who was it that said that? Fish Repair, I think. Have I seen him shirtless, though? I haven't, and that's one of my biggest complaints for the Silent Hill 2 remake, because I have yet to see James shirtless. And I think I deserve that. I think we all do, to be totally honest with you. The man lost his wife. He's probably got depression abs, I would imagine. I'm cautiously optimistic. I think that's fair. I think it's totally fair to be cautiously optimistic. Me personally, I've been burned by Silent Hill projects so much that I'm physically incapable for getting excited about them. But I 100% can see why you would be excited about that game. Some of the screenshots and footage we've seen looks very graphically impressive. And if they're able to pull off real-time graphics that look like some of the stuff in the trailer, I think we will be sitting pretty. But again, there are some parts of the trailer that look... I'm sorry, I keep stumbling on my words. I truly am very tired. But if we see it achieve, 75% of what the trailer is showing, I think it'll be a really, really solid video game graphically. Aside from that, I mean, it just looks like a third-person horror game with, you know, your typical third-person melee-based horror controls. And I don't necessarily trust Bloober Team to tell that story accurately. So I think they're probably, and I think they know that. So I think they're probably going to go with their version of that story, which is fine. But if you're expecting Silent Hill, you'll probably be disappointed, I would imagine. But as the internet has proven and then disproven and then proven and then disproven, remakes are actually completely different from the source material and almost never line up with it. Why would I play the same game again twice? And other such arguments that I've received that are now invalid because everybody else has changed their fucking minds on the subject. God, I get frustrated about that. Watch this grenade kill like zeros. Oh, fuck, that was sick. That was so awesome. I'm so happy that it disproved me. Way against the intention of the original. Yeah, for sure. There's no doubt about it. And I think that's fine. I've been convinced to think that that's what remakes are now, and I'm not going to argue anymore. Survival horror is literally platform games. Remakes are not supposed to be even remotely the same as the property they're remaking. Literally, I have been so fucking beaten down. I truly could not care less about what my own opinion is anymore. It's always incorrect until it isn't, in which case it has been made incorrect retroactively. Just, I don't fucking give a shit anymore. Silent Hill 2 remake will probably be a video game. That is going to be my review of the game. I think at the end of the day, future historians will look back and say Silent Hill 2 remake was released. Klonoa remake is awesome. You know what? Honestly, I've always had a bit of a soft spot for the Klonoa series. Did he get back up from the headshot that looked like it was fatal? Bravo. Busting heads with the lightning hawk. Steady busting them. What's up? The issue is that Team Silent games are so closely woven to that time and place and dev team. Absolutely, I 100% agree. And I don't think an honest-to-goodness remake of a Silent Hill game can happen without Team Silent present. But that being said, I will probably judge Silent Hill 2 remake the same way I'm going to judge a Resident Evil 2 remake. This is obviously not Resident Evil 2. It's not Silent Hill 2. It won't be. This will be a focus test group's idea of what modern day 14-year-olds would enjoy about a Silent Hill game. And that's not to be insulting or dismissive. Really and truly, that's genuinely how business is done in the game industry at this point. I'm not trying to be, overly negative or like hyperbolic for the sake of hyperbole. The video game industry can no longer take the financial chance to make a accurate remake of a survival horror title, a slow-paced survival horror title that was not fully understood on its release. They don't have the money to make that, and because they don't have the money to make that, fans won't show up en masse for it. And because fans won't show up en masse for it, Konami or whoever's remaking it will say, oh, they don't want a Silent Hill 2 remake then. And that's not going to be correct, because people would kill for a Silent Hill 2 remake. They just want one that plays like Silent Hill 2 and feels like Silent Hill 2. And we'll never get that, because every single time one of these projects fail, and they almost inevitably do, Resident Evil 2 remake very much outside of that group, it's a sign to the company that we don't want that, when in actuality it's a sign to us that these people have no idea how to do business in the game industry. Because what logic and reason and financial fiscal responsibility would tell you is like, oh, okay, what we should do is manage a modest budget for a remake of a game that had a relatively modest budget for the day. And then we can remake the game relatively accurately with this modest budget and make a decent return on our investment from the core audience who are going to show up for it because it is accurate. And then we also stand a chance of making potentially more revenue off the back of people who have heard so much about Silent Hill that they want to play a more modern, graphically impressive, better, voice acting or motion cap or whatever it is that they're going to improve. They want to play that version of the game because they've never touched the original before, and the original, for all intents and purposes, has not been widely available to people who don't understand how to mod PC games or have access to a PC who could run PC games. So that would be, in my mind, if I was a bean counter sitting behind an office desk, I would go, this logically and reasonably makes sense, and I can track times where it's worked in the past. Ipso facto, this should probably be the direction we take remakes in. We don't get that, though. We get remakes that play like video games that already exist. Remakes of games that don't exist anymore play like games that already exist, and that's kind of an issue because people don't play Silent Hill 2 because Silent Hill 2 plays so much like video games of its day, because it doesn't. There's nothing played like Silent Hill 2 until Silent Hill 3 came out. It's a reciprocating cycle, and the video game industry flat out cannot maintain its current trajectory. It's unfeasible. It's already surpassed cinema as like the dominant form of entertainment for the world, and it can't make its money back off of putting out something that is more popular than movies. It can't regulate itself. The gaming industry is impossible to regulate because there are so many investors now that it's been opened up, and now it's this huge publicly traded, everybody has figured out video games thing. It's impossible to regulate, and it will have to crash before it gets better. Either that or indie games. The indie scene has grown exponentially in the last 5 years. We could literally just rely on independently produced games, and as you pump more money into those projects, we see those projects become bigger in scope and much more well-made, much more impressive, much more AAA-esque in a sense, you know what I mean? Wait, he's on our side. Why is everybody shooting him? Anyways, this is all just idle bullshit from a guy who has a basic understanding of how economics work. Who am I? A Konami exec? Hell no. Angel Dust for $2. Thank you, dude. You gonna bounce for dinner? Have a good stream? Well, thank you for showing up, man. I'll talk to you later. Old man yells at clowns the stream. Which was the style at the time, to be fair. Silent Hill 2 gameplay sucked anyways. I'll take literally copy-paste RE2 gameplay over the original, to be honest. I found it to be really enjoyable, and to give people context, Benny is about 6 years old, unironically, and he played Silent Hill 2 from a context of someone who, grew up in the Xbox 360 era. For those of us at the time who played survival horror games, Silent Hill 2 controlled relatively well. The camera, for sure, was something that was not easy to get used to and required a bit of a learning curve. Damn, my man's back's fucked up. And that's something you can't deny for sure. The camera could have worked better in Silent Hill 2. But I also think if you were going to give the player full control of the camera, it would be kind of hard to make it. I would struggle to think of a way to have the camera swing around to a character's back in that way without being jarring. Unsurprisingly for me, I think that's a problem that could have been solved with just tank controls. But and a camera that instead of being fixed was on a fixed track, maybe. Don't play Solus, Konami, Cash Grabs, play Crow Country and Signalis. Honestly, I'm playing through Crow Country right now again. The first time I played through it, loved it. So I'm playing through it again to make a video on it because I had gotten like most of the way through the game. And it, you know, it's a survival horror game. So once I forgot where everything was, because I kind of sort of got caught up with the Fatal Frame retrospective and working on that. I thought, it's going to be easy. I'll just pump these videos out because I've already captured all the footage and written the script. It wasn't at all because I'm an idiot. But so I got really caught up with Fatal Frame and wasn't able to finish Crow Country. And I was like, I mean, fuck it, start it over. And it's just as good the second time. Benny said Fortnite came out when he was 12. Benny is legally an amoeba. I love it though. I'm really, I have said this before, but I find Benny's quest to be super interesting because Benny's not coming at it from what you usually see in the retro scene, which are people who weren't there for the games, but become obsessive about like the general milieu of the retro scene. They'll wear like the Mario or Luigi flat bill cap and they have like a fucking Sonic t-shirt on. And it's this sort of like performative, I wasn't born for retro games, but I love retro games thing. And that's not necessarily to shit on anyone. But my point is that Benny's coming at it from a almost anthropological position to where he's like, this is what games used to be like. And I grew up with games being this way. And I'm very interested to see how design has changed and giving classic games that everybody loves a sort of, not a critical eye, but like playing through them and finding out why people enjoyed them so much or whether or not he enjoys them as much as they have. It's a very interesting premise, honestly. I think like that should kind of be your entire channel. I mean, obviously, like it's not going to replace the game news stuff, but like that's a great series. I never played blank. Like I would watch the shit out of that. Of course, it would have to be a 4.5 hour long video essay, but Val Capone says, how you doing, Maid? I actually have a soft spot for this game. You are in the correct camp because it's awesome. So I'm an ancient primitive to Benny. Honestly, I think he's said those words to me before. And yes, I am. Like compared to Benny, like he said, he was 14 when Fortnite came out. I was fucking 34 when Fortnite came out. Oh, fuck me. No. What's duck? What is duck? It's not control. I really hate it when games do non-standard keyboard. What the fuck is going on outside of my house? There's a fucking like low-flying helicopter or something, it sounds like. Oh, they're backing up. It's very cute because Japanese work trucks will talk to you when they back up. It's adorable. Do I not? Is there no? Is it just? It's just cover. That's it. Okay, I could have swore there was a duck. Focus actions. Oh well. At least I'm invisible. Man, the box. Yes, the walk and shoot. This right here. That. There is nothing that beats the camera angle. Like when you get the right backing up, busting out shit, like that just feels good. And the fact that you can do it while your main weapon is equipped is pretty fucking rad. We wait for the reloads. See, this is why I like this game a lot. That was fucking sick. This is such a dope ass fucking video game. I'm only in my mid-20s, but I've been going back to old games purely to see what wait, what games were like when risks were taken and they were made with passion, things like Armored Core and Silent Hill. And I think that, you know, it's hard for me to tell when I'm being obviously biased towards the games that I grew up with and the time that I grew up with them. And it's 100% possible, as somebody who's relatively able to be kind of objective with things, it's 100% possible that I'm so affected by a time of my life that was like super good and fun and things were carefree and I, you know, was enjoying shit. And like, it's really easy to look at a time like that and then say, well, that's why you enjoyed the games. And there very well might be a tinge of that responsible for the way that I feel. But I truly think that an uninvolved third party could look at video game, the industry, like a deep analysis of how it worked today versus late 90s, and truly see a difference in whatever sort of metric that you could like decipher some kind of fun factor from. Some sort of like objective metric that makes games enjoyable, whether it's individuality, uniqueness, the ability and desire to take risks. I think that it would be very interesting to see like a future video game historian, as fucking cringe as that sounds. Just an anthropological look at the way video games were made at a time when you could be expected to make money off of them, but the idea of one becoming more popular than a movie was just unheard of, and you would never shoot for that goal, so you would never put that kind of money into the project, you know? You mentioned I need to find a key seller for this game, Jared. Yes, because you can't play it on Steam. I'm not 100% if Good Old Games has this. I would imagine they don't. But yeah, if you find any key set resellers, like I said, I haven't myself personally had an issue with them before, which of course doesn't necessarily guarantee anything. But when I've had to work on videos and I need a PC port and it's one that's been delisted or something, key resellers are like a godsend. And I probably bought like 15 games through key resellers and never really had an issue. Look at Squaresoft then and now. Exactly. You can describe Squaresoft games nowadays as a lot of stuff, but I don't think overly fun and creative would be one of the words you would use. And that's coming from someone who's enjoyed, you know, some recent Squaresoft output. I think Squaresoft makes very safe games now. Games that they're not very likely to make a loss on. Which, I mean, it's not like that's stupid to do, but it's not necessarily fun either. Pop this fool. Shrewd Outlaw, been a member for 20 months. Thank you so much for sticking around, man. Love you, bro. God bless. You deserve more success. Well, thank you, dude. Let's hope you're right, and I get it. Very much appreciate it. Honestly, I have been thinking a lot lately about YouTube and how I've been able to be, you know, quote, my level of, I would call what I have success, like, personally. Because I'm able to support myself full-time on creative endeavors, which I would call successful. Like if I had a band that paid my bills full-time, even if, you know, they weren't that good and we didn't sell too many CDs, I would call that, you know, a success. And I've been thinking about that a lot. And, you know, even if I stay at this level for the foreseeable future, I'll still be really content. I'll be really happy with that, man. I'm really lucky, you know, like to be able to make a full-time income off of creatively expressing myself, and then enough of a full-time income that I can live in the country that I want to be in the most. You know, that's fucking amazing. Like shit like that just doesn't come around. People like make documentaries about motherfuckers who do shit like that. And it's like, I am so thankful for that, that if this did end up being like the peak of my success, I'd be all right with that. I'd be okay. I mean, it would be nice if it wasn't. It'd be cool if I turned into a millionaire. I think we all know that's never going to happen. But, you know, I mean, even if at the end of my life, I'm able to like grow my channel by double what it is right now, that'd be fucking sick. That'd be my best case scenario, I think, you know?
Nice.
Just throughout my life, be able to support myself through my fun creative projects, and at that point maybe learning more about video editing or learning more about frame rate analysis, or you know, like the things that I get into, upscaling. That sounds to me like the fucking coolest future I could imagine. Oh, fuck. I feel like I should be hitting you when I shoot you. Jared, how do you feel as 40 looms? Honestly, fucking, I have a really bad problem with death anxiety, so I think you can imagine how I feel with 40 looms. But to be fair, again, to stay on the more positive side of things, I'm very close to my target weight, really muscular. I can skateboard. I don't have any injuries that prevent me from doing the things that I enjoy. Like, you know, I have 2 really, really bad knees. And I have a policy that my wife hates, which is my body does not decide what my body does, my mind does. So anytime I have an injury, that means that doesn't mean I'm going to stop what I'm doing. That just means what I'm going to do, what I'm doing is going to hurt a little more. But I'm not limited in my body, which is a really good thing. I was kind of thinking at 40 years old that would be it for me, you know. But I find myself still able to like physically do the things that I enjoy doing. You know, I go to hardcore shows all the time, and I don't have issues with that. Things could most certainly be worse for a 40-year-old. Well, I'm not 40 yet. I'm getting to that area. Thanatophobia, is that what it is? Death anxiety? Yeah, I have that. I have that thing that where I think about how. Here's how it works. Let me explain to you my process. Let me unload all my mental baggage on you. So what'll happen is I'll get an idea like, oh wow, I'm going to turn 40 soon, which is kind of incredible when you think about it. And then I think like, yeah, I mean, because there's nothing wrong with turning 40. And again, like I said, like I'm at a good weight. I have a big chest and big arms, and my legs are massive. And you know, those are all the things that are important to me that I like, and I'm able to, you know, keep doing the things I do. But inside of that will creep in this idea is like, yeah, but you're gonna die at some point. And it's like I get like goosebumps on my body. I get so like terrified at the idea, which is so dumb because it's like, yeah, of course you are. You know, it's like being worried that, you know, what maybe the sun will come up. It fucking, yeah, of course it will. It just seems like a weird thing to be so terrified of, but you can't stop. It's fucking wild. It's a very interesting thing to suffer from, because the reasonable and logical side of my brain is like, well, yeah, of course. I mean, like, obviously, and that's not something to necessarily be scared of. In the same way that the sun rising is not necessarily something to be scared of. It's an inevitability and something that happens to every person that's ever lived before, right? But still, it fucks me up really bad. The irrational part of my brain is just like, oh no, you're gonna fucking die. And it's like, it fucks me up super hard. It's really crazy. Man in the Box joined up. Thank you very much as join up as a channel member. Much appreciated. Now that you're here, you get access to the Discord as well, which is fun. You can take part in people absolutely shitting on me the entire time in the Discord. I actually like this game. You were correct for liking it. Objectively speaking, you have been proven to be correct. Dante Poet said, road to 40, hit level 38 this year and getting better. More nap stuff, but I live in Spain, so siesta is a given. Killing it. Hell yeah, dude. I think my criteria is probably going to be a little different from most people's. And that's why I'm a little more content, you know, being the age that I am and stuff. But to be totally honest with you, I think it's also because for the last 12 years of my life, I've been pretty consistent with staying fit or being involved in some form of fitness, lifting or, you know, skateboarding or fucking being in a touring band and burning like 4,000 calories per live show. I've been pretty involved in some form of active movement and improvement since I was, you know, fucking 20 something, my late 20s probably. So I think that probably has helped me a lot in terms of being able to continue to just, you know, fucking exist and not go like, oh, my back or whatever the problem is. I'm pretty injury free. I don't have to worry when I lift. I can still lift the same amount of weight. I know in saying that I'm jinxing them, this will all change. Physical fitness and mental wellness is paramount. Yeah, I mean, really and truly, you can't have an overabundance of one and lack in the other. You need to equal them out for sure. But I think they also build off of each other. Do you ever play any of the obscure games? I absolutely do. I really only like part one, but part one is fucking amazing. It's incredible. Daniel Delgado, what's up? How you doing? I'm 36, soon to be 37, and my body has been trying to mess with me with digestive issues lately. Recently, I have my gallbladder. Oh, fuck. And the recovery's been slow. I miss the gym so much. I understand the pain. It sucks when you have an injury that keeps you out of the gym so bad. I'm glad that you could, man, gallbladder removed. That's wild. Is that right? Did I read it? Yeah. There's an episode of Squidbillies where the doctor is struggling to pronounce gallbladder and he pronounces gallblabler. And ever since I've seen that episode, I've been so fucking paranoid that I'm going to say it's that. Yeah, many of us have to live our subpar lives working jobs we hate until the sweet embrace of death finally comes for us. Your life, in fact, is pretty awesome aside from undying love handles. This is true. But to be fair, they are sort of going away. You know what's weird is since I've lost the weight, I have a little bit of skin hang down there. And I don't know if that's worse than having the love handles. Because when I wear pants that are kind of tight, the love handles don't come out as much because, you know, there's less fat in them. But they kind of hang down a little bit with some loose skin, and that's not fun to look at all. But, you know, I mean, you know, you're making progress. That skin will kind of stretch back in a year or two. It'll be all right. Matic Epitone. Started hitting the gym myself about 6 months ago. Yes. Yes, dude. Please continue. Please. If there's any advice I could ever give, whether it's about like your mental wellness, about success in your job, whatever it is, it's physical fitness. In some way it's involved, I promise you. And, you know, don't be super hard on yourself and think that you need to have a certain level of knowledge or whatever. Get in the gym, have your phone in your pocket and look up, let's say you want to do back day. Look up back day on YouTube, find a guy who looks jacked, try to follow his program. You may end up finding a workout that doesn't work for you, or you have an injury you have to work around. Look up another program. It's genuinely just that. For the first 5 years of me lifting, I was just going off of Christ, what's his name? Old school bodybuilder. Dorian Yates. He had a program called Blood and Guts. And for 5 years straight, me and my friend, my little workout buddy, that's all we did for 5 years straight. It was just literally an online workout that was publicly available, and we got fucking huge off of it. So more than anything, just to be inside the gym, you're already doing well. Now all you have to do is just find some guy that you think is jacked, follow his program. Or he has the physique that you're looking for. Maybe you're trying to slim out, or you want larger shoulders or bigger triceps, whatever it is. Just find a program that kind of makes sense to you in your mind and try to perform it.
Perfect.
If it doesn't work, if you find something else or whatever it is, feel free to change it, because that's what this is all about. And you will be so surprised at how fast success can come at you when you do that. It's wild. Well, Jade, your baldness looks better than most people's hair, so God had to give you some kind of debuff. That is true. My wife says all the time she's so happy that I don't have one of those like really weird shaped heads. That would just kill it for her.
What is the meaning of this?
By the way, did Twitter hide me again, or you just didn't respond to my DM? I don't think Twitter has hidden you from me at all. But I may have not seen your DM. What was it about? I want that old strongman bod. Gotta look like Tom Hardy. It's a fair fucking physique to want. Yeah, I 100% get that. For the longest time, okay, so there's, I don't know if anybody's ever seen this movie. It's a classic. It's called Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. It is probably one of the best films ever printed to celluloid. Benny, if you're still listening, that's got to be on your list. It's Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man is probably one of the best films ever fucking made in the history of forever. And there's a character in that movie, he's a biker. And for the longest time, I strove for his physique because he was massive size-wise, but he was a fat biker, and he was just like a big fat guy with huge arms. And I was like, that's it. That's got to be me. And I really did. I wanted that powerlifter physique before I even knew what powerlifting was. Matthew Cohen says, dude, your voice brings me happiness. Thanks for all the content, brother. A true master of the craft. Well, thank you for watching very much, dude. Very happy to hear that. You know, lately I've been really trying to, not perfect, but, yeah, I guess perfect, like my voice and my sound and my videos. And I've been having a lot of fun with it. Benny in chat showed me this, you can either do it as a standalone like program or as a series of plugins called Isotope. And I used to really dread doing my voiceovers because I would have to use one of the plugins that I used to use, which just a mouth declicker. And you could probably hear in my voice right now, there's like little pops and clicks from when my tongue will like slap on the top of my mouth, or like, you know what I mean? Like I just drank an energy drink or something and I have like a sugary kind of substance in my mouth that gets a little sticky when I get cotton mouth or whatever, all those gross noises. And I'm such a perfectionist with those noises that I would sit and record for like 3.5 hours and get maybe 2 or 3 pages done of my script. It was awful. And then I found an Isotope, and now I can get 6 pages done in like 2 or 3 hours, which probably still sounds slow, but I have, I'm a fucking idiot. I have dyslexia, and I can't read as fast as I can talk. So I have to read and reread my parts over and over again, which is why sometimes you'll listen to my videos and there'll be really dumb shit in there. Like, how did he say or read that or read it twice or whatever it was? And it's literally because I can't read very well, like at all, which has made learning Japanese extremely difficult. But all of those things kind of work against me. And I've recently been changing the process a bit, and it's been super fun. Messing with my EQ, because before, like, I think everybody has probably figured out that I really enjoy that kind of deep, rumbly sort of DJ, radio DJ kind of sound for my voice. And I was inspired by, if you ever saw that movie, oh Christ, it was the documentary documentary about what's his face's life. I'm forgetting everything. Oh, god damn it. The radio shock jock, like the original shock jock guy. Stern, Howard Stern. He had a movie called something Naked. I forget what it was called. But I remember there was a scene he was speaking into the mic and it sounded so boomy and so deep and bassy. And I really enjoyed that sound. So when I started doing YouTube, I kind of tried to get to that sound. And I think in doing so, I, not understanding EQ and like bass roll off and stuff, I was producing really like unpleasing tones of bass, and like the rumbly parts of my voice were being reproduced like past 80 hertz or something. It was just like something that if you have a discrete subwoofer in your setup, you couldn't listen to my videos at very high volume because they would distort. It would sound weird. And I knew that because I would listen to on my home theater system. So I've been really messing around with my high pass filter, with my EQ in general, figuring out like what hertz in my mids I should tone down for that less nasally sound. It's been super fucking fun. Private Parts, thank you very much. I was like Naked something. Thank you, Private Parts is it. Adriel says, I have mixed feelings on Alan Wake 2. I can't really figure out what I did or did not like about it. I just know that I wasn't too enthused to finish it or go back for another playthrough. I'll tell you for sure, I found that it was very frustrating on a second playthrough because of how much of the setup is walk and talk, which, you know, isn't a terrible thing to have in a video game, but kind of tough on a second playthrough when you already know all the dialogue and you're sort of just trying to get to the point where you can interact with the game. So I found it to be kind of a tough second playthrough for sure. So that might be a part of it. I've been using Marvel GEQ and it's helped me have a better radio sound. Marvel GEQ. I'll check that out. I used to think I was a fucking genius until Benny was like, look at the idiot who doesn't know about plugins. And I was like, what's this now? And then he turned me on to the isotope stuff. And it's like, I will admit that the settings that I found for isotope do sort of take a bit of the brightness away from my recordings. But it's almost to the point where I could call it negligible. I mean, it's right at that point. And I don't think once it gets into YouTube's compression algorithm, it would be noticeable anyways. Have I just been killing liquors for no reason? I could just leave? This is what happens when I stream. I can't pay attention. Question. Have you ever played RE games for an extended period of time and then been suddenly bad or slightly worse at them than you used to be? Is that RE burnout? I could play Resident Evil 2 right now and then restart it again and be worse at it the second time. No, I don't think that that's like burnout necessarily. I think a lot of Resident Evil requires you to remember it as you go. It'd be like, oh, that's right. This key gets used here. And then, all right, you take this hallway because there's less zombies or whatever it is. I think it lends itself to that so well. So every time you play it, you end up having that experience. And you have to just play the games like how a speedrunner would over and over and over again to like not have that happen. Or that's my experience at least. Let me bring this torso back to life. Hey, so I looked up Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man, and since you just recommended it, my backlog is almost lethally large now. If there is one thing I can tell you in this world other than be fit, it would be watch that movie. It's so fucking good. There's a line in it where, by the way, Mickey Rourke and what's his name from the Miami Vice show. I forget his name. The guy from the Miami Vice show. It's him and Mickey Rourke. And Mickey Rourke is like a famously bad shot in this movie. He like can't shoot for shit. And the Marble Man, which is his nickname because he's a cowboy and runs on the cowboy circuit, but he's also like a criminal, and he's in what's essentially an MC. He says the coolest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. He goes, Jesus Christ, if you were shooting for shit, you wouldn't even get a whiff. And I mean, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard. What's another great fucking quote from that movie? Mickey Rourke saying, hey, I'd rather be dead and cool than alive and uncool, which is genuinely words to live by. Don Johnson, thank you. Yes. I'm glad that chat exists when I haven't had sleep, because you guys know all the shit that I don't. Dwayne Johnson, that's it. Thank you. I was almost there. I was right on the tip of my tongue. Holy shit. Harley Davidson and the Marble Man remake with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. You've sold me on it, Gobbins. You didn't even say it. I have like 6,000 movies in the list and 1,000 films already downloaded. You know, honestly, I don't watch as many movies as I used to. I don't know why. I think because Josine goes to school and her schedule, so that she doesn't have to go to school as many days in a row, she has certain days where she's in class for like 11 hours straight. And we don't get as many opportunities to like sit down at the end of the night and watch a movie together like we used to in Florida. But I imagine that'll change when she graduates. And then we'll get back to watching good cinema again. I like Miami Vice purely due to the Testarossa he drives. I'm gonna assume that's a car. I'm so not a car guy. I feel almost emasculated in a way when like I'm around a bunch of guys and then they're like identifying car models just visually, and I'm like, for fuck's sake, I thought that was a Civic. You know what I mean? Like I don't possess that ability that a lot of guys have. Unless we're talking a fucking Torino 86. And then I got you covered. Or I guess I could probably identify a Sylvia S13. Probably. But I might call it a 240. Did I watch House of Dragon? I have not, no. I haven't watched anything. Oh, you mean Marlboro? Yeah, Marlboro, like the cigarettes, yeah. That's kind of their theme. One of them is he rides motorcycles, so they call him Harley Davidson, and the other one looks like a cowboy, so they call him the Marlboro Man. Which I guess you wouldn't know that. Well, I mean, you might actually. Like culturally, the Marlboro Man was huge back when you can advertise cigarettes. I recognize guns instead of cars. I feel that. So I take it you and Joe finished up your courses for Japanese at language school. We didn't finish them. We are through with them, but we didn't get to the end of the course, no. I left at level 4, and I believe my wife graduated to level 4 and then went into college, so she never had any level 4 lessons or anything, which doesn't mean anything to anybody because they don't know what the levels in the thing denote. But I am pretty okay at conversational Japanese. I do pretty well with it, but my vocabulary is definitely lacking. Do I want the accuracy? We'll take the accuracy. I mean, don't get me wrong. The shotgun is fun as shit, but let's not play around here. Not being a car guy isn't a big deal. Kind of weird when people expect you to know every performance car that passes by. Yeah, but I have, like, in my friend group, there are so many mechanics and people who just, like, love cars and motorcycles that I feel like the odd man out a lot. culturally speaking, the Marvel Man was indeed bigger than Jesus. You're correct, MD Chaos. Good to see this game again. It is. I mean, look at these cutscenes, dude. They're fucking dope. And in this level right here is when, for me, the game really gets good. And it's the levels like this that I enjoy the most. The levels where you're on the streets of Raccoon City. Zombies are pouring out of like boarded up storefronts that are on fire. It's the RE3 intro all over again. You know what I mean? There should be a link in your YouTube member settings. Oh, for the... Oh, how do we join the Discord? Man in the box, just in case, because I think your email has to be the exact same. Do me a favor, if you have Twitter, DM me at AvalancheJared, Jared. If you need an invite because it didn't work out or whatever in your YouTube member settings, just send me a DM and I'll get you in. Does that open the door for people who aren't members to DM me and get in as well? Yes, it certainly does. Fuck, that's accurate. Hell yes, I'm in love with this weapon already. Oh my god, small spread. Here we are. That is one thing, though. I geek out about guns to a degree, but I will definitely say that I'm much less knowledgeable than I am interested in guns. That's my big thing. MF Ghost. I don't know. MF Ghost. That doesn't sound familiar. Oh, wait. It's the next level that we get in the streets of Raccoon City. What are we getting into? What are we getting into? Are people arguing? I got stuck on the last level because I couldn't get zombies to break the barricades at the last checkpoint. That's what they're supposed to do? Oh my god. I've never known how that works. I thought you just had to survive. I sell links to Jared Discord at 30 cents a pop in PayPal. He does do that, but it's weird. He's gone into debt doing it. It's strange. Yo, Jared, seeing this game again, you ever saw George Romero's The Crazies? Yes, I have. I think that's one of the big influences for RE games besides the Dead films. Yeah, The Crazies was fucking killer. I find The Crazies to be... that's the kind of stuff that I want to watch now, are sort of zombie-adjacent movies, you know? Like, you want something to look like The Crazies. Small town, an outbreak of some kind, government comes in, like... I love all that shit. That's like what I enjoy so much about zombie media. That remake of The Crazies was fucking awesome, too. Where's that explosive dude? Shibuya Daydreamer, thank you so much for joining up, man. Welcome aboard. Same thing. You get access to the Discord. You come and hang out, and maybe if we get this... Max Payne 3 multiplayer server going and getting that. That sounds so fucking fun. I'm a gun nerd because, like you, I'm an American. No? That's the way it is. I won't lie, though. And I feel slightly ridiculous because of this, but there's a lot of what I like about firearms that's really aesthetic. Like, the Beretta M9 is my favorite firearm, obviously, Resident Evil. But just visually, I enjoy the way that looks so much, and I've avoided Glocks my entire life because I don't like how boxy they look, and they feel strange in my grip. And so stupid. It's not real. It doesn't make any sense, but I prefer the design of a Beretta M9 over something like a fucking Glock 9, no. Although I will say Walther has a few... the PPK, I think, is super fucking dope. I religiously keep up with Kentucky Ballistics. That's the guy who blew up his 50 cal, right? That guy rules. I won't lie though, you can only watch so many of his videos in a row before they get a little formulaic. That's not his fault though. I mean, there's only so many things you could shoot with like a 50 cal fucking elephant gun or whatever. The remake, I was just watching it. The remake is surprisingly good. Definitely underrated, as most tell me. Oliphant. That guy rules. What was that show he was in? Not Wanted, Justified? That was fucking dope. That guy is such an underrated talent. It's crazy. Before I had a YouTube channel, I watched a lot of TV. And I went through a phase around the time that Sons of Anarchy was airing. I essentially watched every TV show because I had a really fucked up sleep, like I do now. I had a really fucked up sleep schedule. And I would just stay up all night, and I would have a TV show playing on one monitor. And then on the second monitor, I'd be doing something, maybe chatting online, whatever, you know, whatever it is. And I kind of missed that. It was a fun time for me. That's when I found out about the Crow Zero series, which are to this day my absolute favorite films of all time. Benny joined up as a channel member. What did I do to deserve that? You sweetheart, thank you. You pretty much guaranteed I'll never make a Last of Us 2 video now. In all seriousness, though, I am really stoked to finish that game for some reason. I don't know if it's lately. It's been in the discourse or something. I think I saw a post on Twitter. I follow that one Twitter account where it's like saved you a click, where they just show you whatever a Twitter, like a tweet is teasing to get you to follow a link. And somebody was selling like an AI rendition of Abby with a shit ton of abs and like a fucking bikini on as the cover art for The Last of Us 2 on eBay. And I was like, damn, I want to finish that. Not for that reason necessarily, but you know, it's one of them. Christ, I remember Sons of Anarchy. I really liked it a lot. There's a lot of I know a lot of 1%er MC guys. They fucking hated that show. They're like, dude, nobody in the fucking we don't dress like that. We don't talk like that. And I'm like, I get it, but it's this cool fantasy version of MCs. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, if you ever watched Deuces Wild, like obviously greasers in fucking squares weren't out scrapping in the street like that in every neighborhood, but it's a fun, like fictionalized version of that. And that's how I see Sons of Anarchy. Like, yes, everybody's wearing baggy pants and nobody's high on meth, but it's a fucking dope-ass show. I think I really like this fucking SMG. We don't do our crimes like that. Genuinely, that was the argument. And honestly, I get it, because really and truly, if you know anybody who's in an MC, that you're not that way. They're probably a massive piece of shit, too. MC life is the most, like, misrepresented shit. People think there's this, like, honor among thieves thing. If you are in an MC and you are arrested, you are just, I mean, you are a rat, period. You will rat. There is no fucking, oh no, I'm gonna take the fucking hit for the boys. It doesn't happen, dude. If you're right now, modern day, if you're in a fucking hardcore crew or an MC, I already know you're a rat. I don't fucking speak to you. I know that you run some sort of drugs or guns, and I know 100% that me being around you means that I'm getting ratted on. MC, motorcycle club. It's the word that people came up with so that they didn't have to describe themselves as being in a motorcycle gang. Back in the day, a lot of the old hardcore crews started up MC components like FSU As a matter of fact, the FSU MC is bigger than FSU now. I think GAMC had a fucking MC as well. SOSF never did that shit though. MCs are lame. I want to join the mafia. My man, this guy gets it. But I only say that because me and Josina have been rewatching The Sopranos lately. She had never seen it before, and she said those magical words to me that everybody wants to hear. I think I want to watch The Sopranos, and I'm just like clearing off the seat on the couch. Come on, let's do it. Vampire Rose says, Jared, I've been watching all of your Fatal Frame retrospective. I'm really glad to see you playing this game. Hell yeah. Thank you so much for checking out the Fatal Frame videos. The 5th one is coming out very, very soon. In the next few days, I think. Oh, that's another thing. Those of you that joined up as members, you'll probably see it in the Discord more likely because YouTube doesn't push my shit out as much. But when my videos are finished and uploaded, if they're uploaded before the release schedule, then you guys, get them for however long that ends up being. The Fatal Frame Vibe video, I think, has been up for like 2 days or something like that. You lucky ducks. I don't sell my YouTube members or Patreon well enough, I think. Because I think I don't give the kind of rewards that a lot of other people do because I don't like the idea of like gating content behind money. Because I want everybody to get to watch the same videos and stuff. But early access and the Discord, I mean, obviously, like, I don't know if that counts as a benefit for anybody, but just kind of something to give people so that they don't feel like they're getting nothing for the money that they're putting into the channel. The 5th one, that game, I hated that one, but I can't wait to watch your take on it. I can see why you did. I don't want to ruin it because I have a very complicated relationship with that game. I feel like in some ways it's some of the most fun combat in the entire game, but because that combat is so easy, it ends up not being as fun. It's very weird. It's hard to explain. I think I articulate it well enough in the video. Would I ever review The Evil Within? Yes. As a matter of fact, that is on the short list of stuff that I want to and need to do. I was thinking about covering both The Evil Within 1 and 2 in the same video. Because everybody always says that The Evil Within 2 is the one to go for because that's like the good one. And to be completely honest, I hated the first Evil Within. I played that for like 3 hours or so on stream and I was like, I can't do this. But in its defense, I was playing the PC version, which is apparently famously broken. Jinjin Naki Tatakai. Jinjin Naki wa nan desu ka? Sono ji o shiranai. I didn't even know you had one. I'm too poor to join, though. I live in Argentina. Anything in dollars is absolutely not a problem at all. Like you said, you watch the videos. I think people really underestimate how much good they do to YouTubers just genuinely by watching their content and leaving a comment or a like. Like, I know everybody asks for that, and it tends to be, you don't even think about it anymore. Yeah, a like and a subscribe, sure, whatever. But, like, that can help a channel out so fucking much. And if you find yourself in a position where you're not able to financially contribute to, like, one of your favorite YouTubers, just know that you are genuinely helping them by watching their content and by commenting or liking or even if you're nice enough to share it, you know what I mean? Those things help. And for a channel like mine, where the YouTube ad revenue is the vast, vast majority of my income, that is as good as gold. You know what I mean? It's as good as financial support. which sounds like I'm blowing smoke up your ass, but genuinely, like if you want to get, like if you get into your video analytics, having somebody that watches your an hour-long video all the way through, as far as ad revenue goes, that's more than I would make off of what you would likely want to contribute to me on Patreon or YouTube Partners. It's crazy. What threw me off of Evil Within was how much of a slog it is. See, it felt like a slog in the beginning, and but everybody told me how good it was, so I kept waiting for that, you know what I mean, that good game. Oh fuck, I missed Benny's thing. Where'd it, fuck, hold on. Hold on, Benny. Wait up, I gotta... She operation on my Raccoon toys. It's good, but it's only just good. So, what were you saying? Tatakai? Yeah, like to fight? Naki Tatakai. Jin... I can't read that kanji. I've never read it before, but I do know Tatakai. You kind of have to if you play RPGs. Because it's also like attack. Tatakao. I love your channel. Me and my sister watch your retrospective and RE and SH and many other games. Also, you convinced me to try to buy Signalis. Hell yes. Hell yes. That game is so good. I knew it was going to be good because I played the demo, and it still surprised me with how good it was. I enjoyed it so much. And my complaints for that were so minimal, and if you know me, minimal complaints is like the best compliment ever. You fucking asshole. Even with aim assist. Where's my Avalanche Reviews jockstrap? Honestly, if I could find a company that would like print my logo on a jockstrap, somebody's gonna wear one, right? What happened in the hot tub stream you promised us 4 years ago? Well, I did promise that if I reach my target weight of below 200 pounds, that I would do a shirtless pics on Twitter. We could turn it into a shirtless stream. How about that? Which would be essentially the same thing as a hot tub stream. Also, I'm wearing very short shorts right now, which are essentially swimming shorts. I have a lot of skepticism regarding Signalis, to be honest. How so? It has a really amazing soundtrack. And one of my big complaints with the game was patched at some point. So my complaints are even less than they used to be. One of my issues was that there were not enough item slots, which I know sounds weird because I do enjoy a good limited... The cutscene was firing me. I enjoy a good limited inventory system, but I thought there were so few inventory slots that it caused me to make way too many trips to and from item boxes. And I heard that they added 1 or 2 more item slots, or they made they made certain items not count as taking up item slots or something like that. A buddy of mine told me. I think we're gonna have to go back to shotguns for the hunters when we get out of here. Still playing Signalis right now. It's so fucking... The soundtrack is so fucking good. I will be honest, it is one of those stories that you won't necessarily get, but you will understand, if that makes any sense. I think it's one of those... It's like a Lynch film where a lot of the value is just sort of personal understanding and less like, here are the genuine events of the video game, although those are there. you know, there is a coherent plot line and stuff. You will have to work really hard to find it. But I think more than anything, Signalis' story value comes from just your interpretation of it, which is ironic because I rail against that so hard with the Silent Hill community. Samurai Edge, 2 to 3 shots hunters. All right. I have the Thunderhawk. It's about the same thing. I think it's called Thunder or something. I forget. I'm skeptical. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm skeptical is that it kind of feels like something aimed at horror game hipster nerds and also just derives from cyberpunk anime I already like. I mean, you're not exactly wrong. It is a survival horror game for people who grew up watching Ghost in the Shell. But it's a very good survival horror game for people who grew up watching Ghost in the Shell. What I would say is a lot of the referential stuff falls short of being derivative and is more referential. It's very, very entertaining, and you'll see things that you know and recognize, but they have that slight neon gothy kind of tinge to them. Very good stuff. I would highly recommend it. I'm skeptical of Avalanche Review. You should be. Guy's a fucking idiot. Listen, I'm a Dark Souls fan. Searching for the story is no problem. Yeah, honestly, I don't get Dark Souls. It doesn't do it for me. I feel bad. I feel like I should like Dark. That's another one of those things. The way that I feel like I should know about cars. Like, the internet has made me feel bad about not enjoying Dark Souls very much. Gits gave me PTSD, both the soap and the film. Or like you didn't like it? Yeah, I fucking love Standalone Complex so much. If, you know, going for a modern rewatch, there was a lot of that 2000s era anime-ness to it, for sure. There's no doubt about it. But man, it's still really enjoyable as like a political thriller almost in a lot of ways. There's a bunch of like 3-letter acronym groups that are having shadow wars with each other within a single government, and you know, like some people end up becoming spies and some people end up becoming unlikely friends. It's really good, like, political drama. Did I see the results from the last Capcom survey? Dino Crisis is one of the most popular answers. Yes. When they asked what franchise people want to see a new entry for. And honestly, we talked about this on stream a bunch, but Dino Crisis and RE Engine using similar gameplay to RE2 Remake sounds pretty fucking dope. LP says this was their first Resident Evil. Fuck, we were just talking about that. Hey, Meridian Norfair, what's up? You don't like Dark Souls because you'd want to full restart every time you die. I won't lie. I was playing Crow Country before this stream, and I restarted twice because I took too many bullets to kill an enemy. You know me well. Cockrock says, loved Signalis. If there were only one thing I would want more, it would be if hard mode was more like arrange mode. Oh, that would be dope as fuck, actually. That would be a really fun way for the devs to continue to support the project, is add an arrange mode. Edis says, Avalanche, much love, my man. Much love right back at you, dude. We already have Dino Crisis at home. Exoprimal. Do we, though? I hated DS when I first played it. It died... Wait, I died in the first area outside the Firelink Shrine for hours. Then something just clicked and I fell in love. It takes a lot of heart to hang in there. You know, I really got into... I really got into Bloodborne. I like that a lot. But I think with me, I'm very... atmosphere and visuals driven. So if, like, for example, this right here, a foggy street scene in a zombie ridden, like, American city, there are objective flaws with this game, but so much of that is made up for by the atmosphere that I'm currently playing through right now. We're building to a tense scene. I know that when we get to a certain point, zombies are just going to spawn in like regular video game enemies. But I enjoy zombies. I enjoy the atmosphere. I enjoy this sort of setting. And I think that's what Bloodborne offered me, even though it was very similar combat to Dark Souls, or very similar, let's say, mechanics. Okay, so I found this, but this SMG is way less accurate when I'm moving. So maybe we will switch back to the shotgun. This is my first Avalanche Jared stream. How you liking it so far, Benny? I assume you're in love with it. I mean, obviously. It'd be weird if you weren't, right? If you like a game more because you're awful at it, Dark Souls isn't for you. I mean, that's essentially me in Resident Evil. A lot of people are surprised. They'll watch me stream Resident Evil and then we'll finish like RE1 Remake with a fucking clear time of like 12 hours or something stupid like that. And they're like, damn, I thought you were good at Resident Evil. It's like, no, I like Resident Evil. There's a big difference there. I like Counter-Strike. I couldn't get a match if I fucking wanted to. God damn, Beltway, that pump action is killing it. Fuck, I'm going back to shotguns. I thought I was ready for this life, but I wasn't. It's shoddy time. I'll be goddamned, I'm finally getting tired, guys. Honestly, atmosphere and environmental storytelling is what the Souls games do best. So I will agree that is one of their strong suits, but here's the thing. And this is a personal thing and not necessarily like any sort of like objective reality thing. But I really can't stand the European fantasy aesthetic. I don't like orcs and elves, even if you put like the dark twist on it. You know, with Dark Souls, it has the gothy kind of twist to it. I do not find Western fantasy to be aesthetically interesting at all. Like Lord of the Rings, it's a really great story. I like the movies. I never read the book. My wife is in love with Lord of the Rings. She's probably having a seizure upstairs at the idea of me saying anything negative about it. But I genuinely do not find Western fantasy to be interesting in the least. And that's not like an insult to it. Like, fuck it. I hate it. I cannot, for the life of me, enjoy it. I don't find it to be aesthetically interesting. And things that I don't find aesthetically interesting, I often just can't get into very much. Although, I won't lie, I did go through a period of watching really long Lord of the Rings, like, lore analysis videos. So, I'm not immune to its glimmer. I need to get Joe to start a Lord of the Rings book club in Discord with me. Dude, she fucking lives and breathes that stuff, man. It's wild how much she gets into it. So it kind of makes it seem like me shooting that is what brought out the zombies. You know, honestly, one of my big problems when I use this gun is I'm not aiming for center mass, and I think that's the issue. I keep trying to get headshots with it, and it's just not that kind of weapon. Fuck, the performance drop is real. Funny, because it's sort of derived from Elric and Berserk rather than Lord of the Rings and worse D&D. It absolutely is, but it's castles with dudes in like armor. It's just, man, it's not my thing. Berserk got me really good, mostly because of its anime take on that stuff. But I think most people would probably agree too, is that Dark Souls is a much more Western, less anime version of that stuff. For example, even though I don't like that aesthetic at all, I really like Record of Lodoss War. I am incredibly hypocritical, I understand that. But the anime-ness of it really helps me. It helps it be more fantasy. I've always found the like elves and tights and the fucking like it just didn't appeal to me much at all. And again, this is not like I'm insulting it in the sense that it's bad. It's super not my thing. Also, I'm insulting it. Forgot how off the Desert Eagle sound effects are in this game. What has a really good Desert Eagle sound effect? What game has just a solid one? You know what? The fucking gunshots in Battle. What is it? Fuck. Bad Company 2. The gunshots in Bad Company 2 are some of the best I've ever heard in a video game. They sound so punchy and they have so much impact to them. Like, I fucking love that game's sound effects. It's not the most fun shooter to play, but goddamn does it sound good. DS is basically Berserk in video game format, and I can't do it. I still don't get into it. But again, you know, like, a story will certainly help me out of any issue that I have, and, you know, Lord of the Rings is a great story, and Record of Lodoss War is a great story. Berserk is an awesome story. Oh yeah, I have to interact with that thing. There has to be something there other than the medieval stuff, and because so much of Dark Souls' story and world is requires me putting in time and effort into like discovering it, I'm so much less likely to have it anchor me in when the aesthetic and the setting aren't doing it for me. You know what I mean? Like, for example, when this game becomes really annoying and really difficult, I'm still in Raccoon City with zombies everywhere and people have umbrella patches on their arm, and you know what I mean? There are elements that are keeping me. For example, I would like to leave this fucking room, please. And when it's bad like that, I'm still shooting zombies. There's something that's keeping me involved. With Dark Souls, the thing that would keep me in there, which would be like, you know, the intrinsic storytelling, it would take so much effort for me to actually uncover that I wouldn't enjoy playing the game. Oh, fuck. I shouldn't have got rid of that rifle. And you know, I usually enjoy games that don't spoon feed you a story. You know, Silent Hill very much included. I have no problems reading into Silent Hill and playing through it several times to make sure that I have a sort of understanding of the events that are taking place. That doesn't bother me at all. But that's because I really, really like the world of Dark Souls and the psychological thriller sort of setup, and the atmosphere is just so well executed. So even in Silent Hill, when there are times when things are bothering me, because there are genuine, you know, issues with Silent Hill, those things are keeping me going. And with Dark Souls, I think I would have to play the game so long to get into those things that, I mean, it just wouldn't work for me. Jared, would you play a Western fantasy game if it was a horror-based RPG with guns? Yeah, that sounds pretty dope. A fun, like, premise like that could definitely get me over the hump, I think. I'd love to see them take another shot at Raccoon City and RE Engine. God, it would be the dream. Imagine, like, you and a few fucking Umbrella agents just back to back blasting zombies with like RE engines, really cool kind of physics and controls. It feels a little bit like the what's that engine that Rockstar uses for motion and stuff? I completely forget it. Euphoria, I think it's called. Movement in Resident Evil games, the remakes, sort of feels like it's Euphoria, where there's a lot of momentum to it and a little bit of startup. I like it a lot. Oh, there's Josine right there. You start talking about Lord of the Rings, she will show up at some point. Have I played Forbidden Siren? Yes, I have. I have played the first one and the PS3 weird episodic sort of one that I think that was like DLC only, I think. Or maybe, I forget. Maybe download digital only, something like that. But I think those games are probably more interesting design-wise than they are fun to play. Because there's a lot of trial and error to those games. And they really punish experimentation. Especially, I guess the first one does for sure. Like, for example, I got to a point where I was in a very small area with like 2 houses. And there was 1 or 2 bad guys like patrolling the area. And there was a highly specific series of actions that I needed to perform that were just arbitrary. They weren't like logical in any way to me. And God, that guy just exploded and it was incredible. But because of that, I just kept having to retry. And I was being punished so hard for just trying to figure out what to do in that part that it really fucking hurt the experience for me. But then there were times, like the sight jacking mechanic is just, I mean, it's too fucking cool. It's such an interesting idea. It's like 4th person gaming. You can see your own body through the perspective of the people who are trying to kill. It's amazing. But I don't think it's as good of a video game to play through as much as it is like a very interesting YouTube video essay thing. Get good? Are we talking about that Siren? Oh, come on. Actually, that game's just made to be punishing. They did that on purpose. That's not my fault. Peanut butter and jelly has arrived.
Watch out.
What did Gobbins call her? Joy-Con? I like that a lot. I really wish she wouldn't have decided on the PB and Joe channel name, because Joy-Con, I mean, come on. That just is too good. There's no way you're in Lord of the Rings 0. Damn, David's calling you out, Benny. He's got your number. Yeah, where, mother? Don't throw it at me. The tiredness is hitting me, but you have to fight it till the bitter end. I can't for the life of me play those games. It feels so contrived. I 100% understand that. They are hard to play. I think even people that enjoy those games would probably agree they're very hard to play. Why can't I take cover, please? Thank you. Yeah, they're very difficult, and they do not lend themselves to intuition very well, I would say. That being said, I think it's a gameplay mechanic. I won't say gimmick, because it is a very deep and well thought out mechanic, but it is a mechanic that people should experience. I think like game devs should play Siren for sure, because it's one of the more interesting case studies in taking a chance on doing something that's genuinely just never been done before. And you know, maybe sometimes there are reasons why things have never been done before, but if budding game dev were to play Siren, they would really get an idea for what it's like to put an idea out there and to think outside the box, I think. Damn, Benny fucking lighten David up with the good insults. The really like immature ones. Those are the ones that hit the most. The ones that are the most sarcastic. Like me and my buddy Imran used to say, this is a genuine opinion of mine, that you could walk up to my face and be like, fuck you, you piece of shit. And it would genuinely piss me off way less than if you were to hear something I said and then go like, and repeat it back to me in that way. I would be so much more mad about the second one than the first. This man took a fucking 50 to the head. Angel's Egg rules. You're absolutely right. I've been trying to get Josine to watch Angel's Egg. Cradobes? Hopefully I said that right. It says, oh my god, Jared, Jesus Christ, you look beautiful. Really? Thank you. Wait, in this old thing? Yeah, I was telling chat a bit ago that I lost a bunch of weight and I shaved my beard, which helps me look a little slimmer too. I will say this, before I knew about what like a bear is in the gay community, and that's us. Did you see this pose she struck? Way to go, Lupo. Before I found out what a bear was in the gay community, I didn't know why when I was a bouncer, girls wouldn't hit on me. It was only gay guys. And I was always like, I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with that, but why am I like the gay dude guy? And then I found out what a bear was, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I see that. I'll take that. That's a big compliment. And then Josine explained to me what bara is, because somebody in my chat said that I have bara titties. And I was like, what the fuck? And then my wife had to explain to me what that meant. Jared can't make me do anything. This is true. If I tell Josine to do something, that is a guarantee it won't take place.
Our job's done. No need to keep fighting. Leave those bastards in the dark.
Did I lose blubber? Yes. Although to be fair, I for sure lost some muscle mass. I have not been lifting as heavy lately. Did they assume your sexual orientation, Jared? No, but they guessed it right. The bear to twink pipeline, Jared's going. I'm doing it, dude. Yada Naika. What is Yada? Damn it, hold on. I want to look this up now. What is Yada? I know Nainka. In my opinion, Jared would look like an extra in a Catalina video. What is Catalina? Like a YouTuber? Jared, twinks were all over? No, these were not necessarily twinks that were hitting on me. Is that are twinks more likely to get into bears? Is that how it works? Or do you get a lot of bear on bear action? How does that work? Morning snackies, Josine. You've called my bluff. Let's do it. Yeah, I haven't eaten since. When did we eat? At like 10 o'clock? Jeez, I haven't eaten in 12 fucking hours. Christ. Catalina movie starring Jared would do numbers. What's Catalina? I gotta know.
The corporation has used the outbreak in Raccoon City as an opportunity to deploy a prototype of our most powerful and
For a whole 10 years, Jared refuses to use the Sol Miso technique.
codenamed
Fucking Miso technique?
It's on a mission to kill the last remaining members of STARS.
Oh, Yaru to do. So Yara Naika. So, okay. I don't know what I was talking about to say. Won't do. Okay, I gotcha.
Preparing a prototype reliability? This should be interesting.
First, you'll need to secure a working
Why is Yaru to do? That's so weird.
of an umbrella facility nearby.
Understood.
Why not use like So yaranaika, like won't I do it? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, that's right. So it's like the tomodachi kotoba. I got you. So like, yeah, like ikanaika. Oh fuck. Hold on. We were gonna go shotguns. We fucked up. One of the biggest memes quoted in many cartoons. Really, huh? Is anyone here gay enough to know this stuff and explain it to Jared? Yes, somebody please. We need the gayest person in chat, if you can. For professional reasons, of course. Think you may need to make new milestone badges for the channel. Yeah, who gets into the bear category in the supporter? So, as far as shotguns go, just like zero range. I really like the perforator a lot. You know what? Cowboy shotgun, baby. Let's fucking do it. Double barrel, gotta reload every single fucking 2 shots. Hell yeah. Just found out I'm at 38 months. Time sure flies. Dude, very much appreciated, dude. Fisher Pear says, I'm pretty gay. Wait. Hey, David, thanks for the, what is that, $2? Something like that? I don't know, the denomination. Appreciate it. Your booba do be big. They're getting smaller, to be fair. I found that what I used to think was a very muscular chest, there was a little bit of fat in there as well. So when I started to lose fat, a little bit of the chest went with it, sadly. What are you gonna do? Josine, what do you want to get? You want to get kebab, maybe? Any turd pushers in the chat? Holy shit. That sounds like so good. Pushing turd, baby. I watch Degrassi is usually code for saying I'm gay. I remember Degrassi would like be on after I would get out of school, and I couldn't watch it because of the just sheer Canadianness of it all. Hearing people say sorry. Losing fat in arms is haunting. That is true. No, the arms stayed relatively pretty big, and the triceps are still, I mean, huge. I think I just lost all my fat in my chest, my thighs too. My thighs got very fucking small. I'll never be Dorian. Don't say that to me, David. Come on, dude. Don't fucking do that to me. I am Dorian Yates. Honestly, there's really good stereo separation for those gunshots going on behind me. Would Chris Redfield be considered a bear? I think he would need to be hairier. But to be fair, have we seen a lot of canonical Chris Redfield body hair is a question. Oh shit. Dude, I was gonna fucking blow that up. 10 a.m. kebabs? I mean, I'm down for it. Is Grand Kebab open? Because I don't want chicken. I'm a real adult man, and I want beef. Remember that one fat kid from the TV show? And he's like, chicken nuggets is healthy for me. She thinks she's going to come in here and start telling us about her healthy stuff. I don't think so. That kid had so much fucking attitude. It was great. When you live in Toronto, there's a good chance that 1 out of 5 people you see on the street isn't. I mean, it would have to be the case, right? Just a bunch of high school kids. Chris is considered a bold. This is true. Chris lives the shockingly hypocritical life of both being a boulder and a boulder puncher. That sounds like a colloquial term for a gay guy. A boulder puncher? Come on. That honestly sounds a little more offensive than what do you say about turd pusher? That sounds more offensive. Boulder puncher. Because, you know, you could consider, like, turds in your butt the boulders, right? Let's work our way through this, chat. By the end of this stream, all of us will be gay. Japan has great looking women. Yeah. I mean, it does, but okay, Josine will back me up on this. Japan has great looking women. Japan has much better looking men. Well, it depends on what kind of type you get into. Josine doesn't like guys that look more slim and like feminine, I guess, for lack of a better word. Obviously. So this isn't like well, you know, that's not true. She gets into a lot of K-pop dudes. Like was it Tai Yang? What was his name? From what was his name from Big Bang? Tai Young? Fuck, somebody in chat will know it. The ultimate form of fisting. Fuck you. Puke on me. Lizards? Is that the name for it? Canada has great looking babes. Cough, Lauren Southern. You know, I never found her too attractive. She sounds like she's putting on a really deep voice when she talks. And it's like, it's weird to see anybody kind of act in a way that seems as if they're putting a lot of effort into it. And I find that not attractive in both men and women. I tend to just be attracted to people's genuine and honest personalities, which is, you know, similar to like my taste in YouTubers. I don't like YouTubers who play a character very often. You know, you could say maybe Civi 11 falls into the character thing, but for the most part, it's just him. He just kind of like has a story, like a fake storyline going in his shit. But like when you hear him talking about retro FPS, it's just like genuinely like that's that guy. I tend to be very sensitive when people are potentially not being, or who are potentially being disingenuous, and it's not attractive to me in any way. I don't like it when anybody has to try hard to be who they are. Young Sheldon. Androgynous. That's the word. I tend to find androgynous men very attractive, but Josine usually isn't in that camp. She typically likes like muscular, manly guys. Or at least I hope that's the case. Okay, so lizards are the opposite of bears. Is that that's the true lingo? Because that sounds like that could both be totally accurate and 100% made up at the same time. Studying in Japan, there were definitely cute guys, except when you're a girl with Russian genes. I was a mountain. Oh, damn. Did you find that like guys were like less into girls who were like taller in Japan? I wonder what the guys like about foreigners, like foreign girls here. I know a lot of guys who marry Japanese women, but I don't think I personally know any women who marry Japanese guys or are dating them. Remember that wearing socks and saying no homo after the deed cancels out the gayness. It's true. I mean, Like, we're not here to argue with settled science at this point. We all know this to be the case. Jerk your homeboy off with a sock? It'd be gay not to finish him off. What platform is this on? HDR. This is the PC version. I can't aim around this corner unless I make myself visible to the people who are around the corner, which defeats the purpose of aiming around the corner. You fucking asshole. What's up, bud? Yeah? Wait, okay, I want to go down there. This is Operation Raccoon City. How many... I just want that gun, please. I assume the Japanese guys into non-Japanese women are more likely to go to those countries. You know, not necessarily. Japanese people are very risk averse, and you don't get a lot of Japanese people that leave the country for extended periods of time. Like, as far as Asians go in America, for example, they're like heavily in the minority. The science isn't in fact settled. It's true, it's a fact. God, I can't read worth a damn.
Watch out.
Hey guys, mind if I shotgun you real quick? Damn, you gotta be right up on fools for the store. That's alright. That's my specialty. Hell yes, dude. God damn, that rule is so hard. I always forget, like, their special powers in this game. Oh, suck my ass. Hell yes. That's true, you don't need a penis if you have tentacles. Not in this country. I just realized that wood furniture double barrel I just realized the wood furniture double barrel shotgun he's using has a pistol grip. My eyes are vomiting. Wait, does it? No, there's a shoulder. Wait, oh, it does have a pistol grip, doesn't it? Hold on, let's throw it on the ground. Oh, shit. I didn't even notice that. I saw the shoulder stock and I was like, no way. I'm pretty tall for a Mexican dude, 6'1". I am 5'11". Just shy of being a real boy. I could have been attractive. I could have had my choice of all the fucking women out there, but no, I had to be 1 inch shorter than I needed to be for that. How dare you come in here and just say, oh, skibbity. Son of a bitch, how dare you? Some of the guns are just awful in this game. Most of the guns are. That one of the genuine and honest issues with this game is almost every single weapon in the game is fucking terrible. It's either way too inaccurate or way too weak. Yo, Dobu in the house. What's up, dog? You were just recently at that fucking expo thing, right? .5'11's a good height? I think it is, but the rest of the world seems to disagree. I only just barely count as a human being. With my pathetic 5'11 frame. I have never once had any thoughts about my height until my wife started spreading rumors online that I was like 3'8" or something. And now I worry that people are going to think she's telling the truth and that I sit on a high chair when I stream. Honestly, Betty, I won't say that Ethan's the hottest, but I think he's gotten a raw deal. And maybe it's just because I really like the ending of Resident Evil 8. And, like, I won't ruin it for anybody, but it was really good. It was really emotional. I found him more attractive in that sense as like a dad.
Still nothing. Try and find another.
But I think people don't give him enough credit. I think his vocal performance in RE7 was kind of, it got the point across. He obviously was not much of a character, but he had a pretty solid motivation. I feel like it worked to a degree. I think it's funny that people who love Silent Hill 4 and love its main character will talk shit about Ethan being a non-character in Resident Evil games. Again, I'll save that for the podcast, man. I find women who are my height hot. Honestly, I don't really have a lot of height requirements. I've dated girls who were like pretty tall. I dated a girl who was as tall as me before, and I didn't necessarily find that to be like unattractive or attractive. It's just kind of a feature that I didn't put too much stock into. I've never really been much of a like, oh yeah, this hair color or that hair color until I met my wife, and now I'm into redheads. But yeah, I've never really had like a height thing at all. Don't really. Either way works for me. How am I playing this game? Yeah, there is a Games for Windows Live fix for it that works really well, and it's really easy to get if you check the PC Gaming Wiki. They have... PC Gaming Wiki is... You have to go to it for any old PC game. Anytime I review a game on my channel and there's a PC port that was made during Windows Vista era and below, PC Gaming Wiki is where I get all of my patches, all my information, everything. So if you go there, it will show you where it'll link you to the Games for Windows Live fix. Easy sailing. It's a single drop-in file, no real install necessary. Very good. Billy Cohen's a looker, I won't lie. He's no RE2 era Leon Kennedy, though. I mean, come on. Jared's been using filters to trick us. He's actually rides on Rufus' smack when he goes outside so the birds don't get him. Fuck, that's an adorable idea. Redheads are better than blondes? I tend to agree. But I would also say redheads are better than brunettes and everything else as well. I think I like pale skin a lot, and redheads tend to have pale skin, and that helps. So it's not necessarily like, because some girls, just dye their hair red or whatever. But I tend to actually get into like true and honest gingers. Yo, Dead by Donovan, what's up, dude? How you been?
This is the facility where we program the highest grade BOWs with the NE alpha parasite.
How to scam games from Windows Live for the Mortal Kombat collection. Yeah, I mean, it's insane how many games were affected by that thing. Art Thompson looks super cool in his art. In his artwork, yes. He looked so boxy in the game. It was crazy. Halloween said, "You're a good send, dude. I've been trying to play this Steam version of this game since forever ago. It never worked at Games for Windows Live. I'll definitely check that out." Dude, hell yes. I was in the same position for the longest time. I just didn't... I think what happened was when I went to cover this game for the retrospective, I had known that Games for Windows Live had shut down. I just forgotten that it had anything to do with Operation Raccoon City. So I went to cover the game and I was like, oh no, I'm stuck. What do I do? You know? And then I happened upon the Games for Windows Live fix because of a Steam forum post that was actually kind of hard to find. And I archived it myself on my own home server. That's not a server, it's a NAS, but it's the same thing. Just so that I could always have access to it, because I was scared that one day I wouldn't find it again, but it's up on archive.org now. You could probably just search archive.org for it, but personally, just going to the PC Gaming Wiki is a lot easier to search it directly, because archive.org's indexing is fucking awful.
This is one of our most secret facilities, and it contains some of our most dangerous specimens.
Black color hater confirmed. No, I mean, there's nothing wrong with dark hair either, but it's no red. I don't think there's necessarily like hair colors that I don't like or anything like that. I just prefer, to be fair, I kind of just prefer my wife. It sounds so fucking lame and forced and not true because she's in the same house with me, but like I genuinely am kind of just attracted to my wife. I mean, there are plenty of women out there who are like attractive as hell, but I'm only attracted to like her. Been great, really busy, too much RE stuff going on. Just finished having AI Jill Valentine rewrite all the dialogue for Infinite Darkness comic. The story she crafted is ridiculous. Those fucking streams, I can't watch the entire streams, but the like highlight videos that you make, by the way, if anybody doesn't know, Dead by Donovan's channel, he has this series where he has a fucking machine learning AI that has been told it's Jill Valentine. And he plays through the Resident Evil games by describing, you know, where he is in the game. Like, I'm in a library. There's stairs on the left. There's 2 doors, blah, 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 blah. And the AI is trying to intelligently sort of play a Resident Evil game. And, like, he literally has to do what the AI says. It's fucking amazing. And sometimes the AI just, like, goes off the rails and starts suggesting some like whack ass shit and like creates a really interesting character for Jill Valentine. It's fucking cool as hell. I don't think I've like this. Maybe I don't watch a lot of streamers or anything like that because I know he streams a lot of those. But I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that. I don't know if it was his idea or if I'm just not very well versed, but the Ravager fucking rules. Sounds fake, and that's why I believe you. I see tons of attractive women, but I'm only really I only really sexualize my wife. Yeah, exactly. I think nowadays it's pretty common for people to sort of, you know, because I mean, at least in my country, the divorce rate is like mega high, and people don't stay together very long, and it's pretty easy to take that and then kind of assume that's how it is for everybody. But like, really and truly, you know, and I didn't even necessarily grow up in what you might call a traditional like household. Like I can't describe aspects of my family due to legal reasons. I had a very like interesting upbringing, but one thing that I learned from my dad is I noticed like he just loved my fucking mother. And, you know, I take a lot of like life lessons from not necessarily things my dad has told me, but kind of watching his actions. You know, for example, he's the one who kind of showed me the importance of having a respectable vocabulary that you can reach for when the time comes, but also being able to, you know, speak like a normal human being and use what you might call like common slang or anything like that too. You should be able to express yourself no matter who you're around. It's kind of oh, fuck me. But anyways, I learned from him a lot that you should just kind of like, if you're gonna be with someone, if you're gonna marry them, like you should just be with them and that's it. And it should be somebody that you're just essentially obsessed with. Otherwise, just date somebody. And that's cool too. Just find somebody that you think is attractive and you can stay with them. It's low commitment. I mean, don't break their heart or anything. Let them know that you're interested in X, Y, or Z ahead of time. And that's fine. But I think once you have a wife or a husband, like a partner that you've dedicated your entire life to, you have to do that. I fear that a lot of people will think I'm some kind of like traditional like Christian or something like that, because I do have a kind of traditional view on marriage, but really and truly, like I fucking hate with a seething passion the concept of a god. Not from any atheism shit. I kind of hope that he exists so that I can hate them for real, but yeah, I always worry that that's what I'm going to look like. Because I'm straight edge too, so I don't do any drugs either. And people are going to think it's like, oh, here we go. He's the fucking ex-drug addict, used to cheat on his wife, and now he's like a good person. It's like, no, I've never drank alcohol my entire life. And I genuinely just only love my wife. And I only ever want to be with her. And, the understanding that ever being with anybody else will make it so that I can't be with my wife, makes that idea completely unpalatable to me. So it's pretty easy to stay faithful when that's at risk, I guess. Praying, fasting, and listening to Radio Radamze? Man, what is... I have no idea what that is. Describe this for me in 12 words or less. Traditional religious man that listens to good and faithful bands like Cannibal Corpse, Power Man 5000, the best. This is truly what it's like when worlds collide. Jared certainly has many haters. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah. I definitely do. That Reddit thread is fucking solid gold. At first, I was like, oh, like it's Reddit, and Reddit's negative about everything. Probably some bullshit thread. There's like 90 fucking comments or like 70 comments on that thing. And every single one of them is like, who does he think he is for defining survival horror? That piece of shit covers frame rate. It was genuinely, I'm not saying this because I'm ass hurt and I'm trying to like sound like I'm cool about it. It was genuinely fun to read through that thread. Wait, Dobie, that's not true. You were married, right? Or is. It's also easy to stay faithful when your wife is your best friend. That very true. Very key point. When me and my wife got married, we started out as friends. We were genuinely platonic friends at first, and I was attracted to her the entire time, but she was genuinely so beautiful that I was like, there's no fucking way. I mean, I truly believe that. I had a girlfriend that I was with, quite literally, because I didn't think that my wife Josine would be into me because I found her to be so attractive. So, and I feel terrible. This is not a good thing. I feel awful for this. But there was a woman that I was genuinely with as a sort of in-between Josine kind of like situation. And every once in a while, I would go over to Josine's house to hang out like we always would as platonic friends. And I would say, this is going to be the night that I confess to her that I love her or whatever, right? Because I was infatuated with her. All my friends knew about it, I talk about her all the time. But when I finally did confess that I loved her, she had known that like I had this girlfriend previously that I wasn't right with, And she's like, you know, I was your friend during that entire time. Of course, like, I'm not going to be your fucking girlfriend after that. So I was like, all right, that's fair enough. So I spent, I think it was like a year just being with her, around her as a friend, you know, not anything sexual, not kissing, holding hands, anything, just to show her it's like, listen, I can, you know, be faithful and I can prove it to you by not taking it anything past a, you know, a friendship for that period. You'll know that I love you, obviously, that I want to be with you, but you know, that was my way of proving it to her, and it worked. Eventually, I gave her a slight sedative, and then there's a type of handcuffs. How do you feel about The Keeper's Diary being filmed in 2.35:1 aspect ratio? It's weird that I didn't even notice the aspect ratio it was filmed in. I will say, this is another thing. I just got over COVID, and I wasn't able to make a video about The Keeper's Diary before it came out like I was supposed to. And this is going to be my advertisement for it here on stream, but I am going to make a video. I'm working on what I'm going to do with it and how I want it to be structured. But if you haven't heard of it, The Keeper's Diary is a fan-made Resident Evil movie that genuinely the fans have made. It's a joint collaboration, Biohazard Declassified, Residents of Evil, a whole lot of people are involved. Real life Chris Redfield from the live action FMVs of the PS1 Resident Evil 1 game is in it. He plays the Keeper. And I know exactly what you thought when I said a fan-made Resident Evil film. I know the image that you got in your mind immediately, because it's exactly what I expected. And these are, keep in mind, these are friends of mine. I don't want to say anything to hurt their feelings, so I'm like, it's going to come out. It's going to be your typical, you know, amateur film project. And it's like, fuck, I'm going to have to find some way to avoid reviewing this or something, because I like these people. And if I review it, I'll kind of be forced into a situation where I have to, like, maybe say things that might make them mad at me or something. It's fucking amazing. It's genuinely, what they were able to accomplish is like nothing short of like inspirational with this movie. There's a scene with CG, and this is like a fucking fan-made film that they crowdfunded, but fan-made, you know? This was not a big production by any means. There's CG in it that I genuinely think looks good. Like, it's wild how good The Keeper's Diary is. So if you're listening to this and you haven't heard of this before, it's on YouTube for free, Keeper's Diary. Look it up. It is genuinely worth the watch. I believe it's only like, what, 22 minutes? Something like that? 23 minutes? Worth every minute of the watch. It is genuinely what we have all wanted from a Resident Evil movie. And I'm not saying that because these people are my friends. Truly, I expected it to not be very good because it's an amateur film project, and I expected to have to like give them platitudes, but realistically I would recommend, it's like, you know, I mean, it's a fan film or whatever. It's genuinely awesome. If you haven't watched it yet, I cannot recommend it enough. It is so fucking good. And just outside of it being like a fan film that was crowdfunded, like, it is good. It is entertaining. It's well acted. The voice acting, they have awesome voice actors in it for the roles that aren't on screen. The girl that they got to play Jill, honestly, very convincing. The outfit, it looks like just such a good combination of actual RE1 costume design with like realistic proportions, and you know what I mean? It's really fucking good. I cannot recommend it enough. Jerry confirmed shilling his friend's work. I truly, I was not worried about that. I was so worried about them being pissed at me, because I would have told you, I genuinely would have said, like, guys, it's, you know, be easy on it because it's a fucking amateur film. These guys didn't have a big budget, whatever. I had all of this shit at the ready, waiting to drop it. You know what I mean? Because I just knew that was going to be the case. It so blew away my expectations. It's so cool. And you know, I saw a lot of the pre-production stuff. They shared it on Twitter and through Discord and stuff, and I saw a few things that maybe other people didn't see. But before color grading and before it had been edited together into like a coherent kind of, you couldn't see the quality that was there. And now that to see the finished product, it's fucking awesome. It's so damn cool. Evan Royalty SCP fan films. I don't think I've seen those, but I've been getting into SCP stuff lately. That's what I've been going to sleep to lately. Jared confirmed preparing for damage control. This is indeed confirmed. Like, I don't think any of those guys typically show up for my streams too, so it's not like I'm saying this because there's a chance they might see it. I mean, it's genuinely just that good. But if they do see it, let me have my check, JJ. I said all the nice stuff you done. Genuinely, like, I don't want, like, I keep wanting to, like, be mean about what I thought it was going to be like. Like, I was prepared for it to be really bad. And beyond that sort of expectation, it was just good as fuck. Like, beyond the realm of, wow, this is good for what it is. It's more than good for what it is. It's just good. Yeah, I like how this dude takes a trillion shots. Jared, do you like the Beatles? Do you think they're amazing or overrated? I don't like them very much at all. I think that they were... Here's the thing. I heard the Beatles in a world that was influenced by like Beatles songwriting and stuff. And I find genuinely Simon and Garfunkel to be a much better group of songwriters than the Beatles ever were. But I mean, it's hard to say because of the context that I'm coming from. If like any of the bands that I enjoy, like Napalm Death or fucking Deicide, would they be around without the Beatles? It's hard to say because so many genres get spurred by so many weird unrelated things. I don't know, it's tough. But no, I hate the Beatles a lot, actually. There's a few songs that I can listen to, but it says a lot that they're all covers of Beatles songs. Like, for example, I think the Across the Universe soundtrack is amazing because it shows what happens when people who have good voices and can play their instruments play Beatles songs. Jared has a nuanced grasp on facts and reason. This is a fact, which I have a very nuanced grasp on. Jared is the Ben Shapiro of indie content. Fuck, don't say that. They're coming after me. Dude, I'm done for. If you call someone the Ben Shapiro of anything, it's over. Also, don't put me in that kind of a situation where I got a sister with that big of tits, dude. Come on. I wonder how many people like edit that guy's Wikipedia entry to say like Ben Shapiro is very famous for his sister's chest. Where is my teammate, please? How am I feeling about RE9? Am I excited, nervous? Honestly, probably more nervous than anything. Not necessarily nervous because I'm not expecting very much, I guess. Just after Resident Evil 8 and Shadow of Rose, I don't like the direction. I don't like the supernatural direction. And I know that sounds so stupid. It's a zombie series and all this stuff, but it had this sort of base, kind of like the X-Files sort of, is all ridiculous and dumb, but it has a basis and something you could believe might really happen. Like, maybe you don't believe that there's aliens, but you could believe that if there was, there would be like government-esque agencies that might be involved in both investigating and covering them up. Resident Evil had a very similar vibe for me, where it's like, yeah, obviously all of this is dumb and not going to happen in real life, but it's something that has a basis in things that I could believe in. Maybe my suspension of disbelief is fairly easy, I guess is the way to put that. And how they're doing it now, where you have a character who has magnetism powers and swings around a giant hammer that you have to fight in a mech with a chainsaw hand and a Gatling gun. None of the things that I've just said are uncool in any way. They're just fucking stupid as shit for a Resident Evil game. Hey, Hippie Jesus with $5. Thank you very much, man. This is the PC version of Operation Raccoon City. Is there a way of getting around games for Windows Live? Been wanting to play. Yes, there is. I've said it a bunch of times. The PC Gaming Wiki. If you go there and search Operation Raccoon City, there is a Games for Windows Live fix. Probably, I think it links to archive.org. It's out there. It's a single file you drop in the folder, and I would imagine it works on Steam Deck. This is like the longest level, and I want to go back to a shotgun so bad, and I can't. I think I'm going to have to call the stream after this. Hey, Josine, did you order kebabs? Josine, if you're watching this, did you order kebabs? If not, I'm going to be very upset because I'm very hungry. Yeah, RE8 having Magneto Nicolas Cage is a bit much. That's a very good way to put it. Although I will say I love his voice actor. Oh. Say what? Oh fuck, when does it open? Oh my god, half an hour? No, I'll wait the half hour. No! I am so sick and tired of restaurants only opening at like 11 fucking AM here in Japan. In Tokyo, let's say specifically. I would love it if my teammates would stop walking directly into my headshots, please. Oh, it's transforming, that's why. It has no fucking arms. What are you gonna do, idiot? Get shot in the back? Cutscenes in this game look better than I remember, not gonna lie. This one specifically has a pretty good look to it. I think he can't shoot me. Oh, fuck. If he stayed behind those boxes, he wouldn't have been able to do it. I think it's working. Holy shit, we've exploited the game, boy. No. Today in general? Every Tuesday. Is that like a Turkish holiday or something, Tuesday? Oh, okay. Well, what do you want to eat then? Because I'm hungry. Hard. Yeah, I'm not going to drink coffee right now. I need to go to sleep. You know what, guys? I'll tell you what. I think I'm going to go ahead and end it here because I need to figure out what I'm going to eat. I haven't eaten in like 12 hours. Thank you all so much for coming by. It's good to be back. Once again, I'm not going to promise this will happen again. I'm really bad at keeping the stream schedules, and it's something I truly will genuinely start doing again at some point, but please don't expect this to be a more reoccurring thing. I stream when my head's in the right space, and it's not always like that. But I very much appreciate you guys coming out. I very much appreciate you guys. If anybody, when you super chatted, joined up as channel members, genuinely, that's fucking awesome. I love you all. Please don't do drugs. Make wise choices. What's today's tip? Go to the PC Gaming Wiki and get the Games for Windows Live patch for Operation Raccoon City. That's the one. Everybody have a good one. I love you so much. Bye. Oh, wait. It fucked up every time.